Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 213. Is that right?
You got it
right.
Nice.
Yes. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh, man. We really appreciate it. We love being here every week. And for those that come back every week, thank you guys so much. It means so much to us.
Absolutely.
Eduardo.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Good. Cubs win. Cubs win.
Cubs win. I don't believe it.
And they didn't make me stay up nearly as late as they did the night before.
What does that mean?
It was ridiculously late. The game beforehand.
I think it was like a little before 3-hour time when the game ended.
Yeah.
Well, because they were out in San Francisco too, weren't they?
The baseball team?
Yeah.
Baseball team?
Yeah, it was on the West Coast. Yeah.
What happened?
So yeah, they last night they finally in the ninth inning they were down 5-2 and ended up winning 6-5. So it was a classic Cubs. Oh no, we got beat. Oh no, we didn't. Roller coaster ride. So it was fun.
They won what?
They won the National League. They're going on to
The actual
play
championship.
the championship for the National League. Yeah.
NL something or other. It's always an acronym.
NLCS and
there we go.
NLDS and whatever.
Okay, so they do that, and then the World Series.
Then the
Are we
World
talking
Series.
about baseball?
Yes, we were
We were
talking
talking about baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
is baseball the only sport you really watch or pay attention to? I know you've had the Cubs hat like forever.
yeah, Cubs is the only sport I pay attention to. Not even baseball.
And 9 times out of 10, it's, oh, you poor thing. But
Exactly.
This-
Right.
but this is totally different. I would love to see the Cubbies win. I think that would be incredible because my Yankees
did they
aren't doing
beat?
squat. They beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They beat your San Fran Giants. Yep.
Dang it.
I know, right?
I was actually an Oakland A growing up.
Oh, right.
You poor thing.
Not back in the day.
No, back in the
Not
day.
back in the 80s.
That's
yeah.
true.
Freaking Jose Canseco.
Yeah, baby.
We was
Right.
doing all right. Doing all right.
That is funny.
That's cool. Well, congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have a win every once in a while, so I'll take that.
I know that's right.
Other than that, it's pretty much been Mafia 3.
yeah, it
It
has.
has, man. I'm
Good
dying to
deal.
get your thoughts on it because it looks really great.
Yeah, Sarah went away. She and the girls got together for one of their birthdays on Friday, and then on Sunday she had a Zumba thing she was out of town for. So I got in a lot of Mafia time this weekend, and
Nice.
man, I am having a blast with that.
You are?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
man, that's great.
Really
Have you
having
been
a
having
lot
any
of fun.
glitchy issues?
No, and I've been reading about those. I don't know if all the glitches are on PC but the console
I'm
has
not
been
sure.
fine.
Well, that's good.
I've read a little bit from a few people who have really had a rough time with it or really aren't liking it, and I'm not getting any of what they're getting, and so
Is it because
unfortunate.
they're not liking it because of glitch problems? That's why they're
Glitch
not
problems, and some of them it's kind of ridiculous. Like a lot of people have surprisingly been complaining, is he ever going to change his outfit? And I'm like, Lara Croft
What?
never changed it. Nathan Drake never changed it. Who
What
cares?
is everybody complaining about his outfit for?
Because it's
I'm
the
telling you, man,
because
people,
the internet.
People are,
because the
people are
internet.
like me, and they
Yeah.
think they were expecting more of a GTA style game because you can do all that in GTA. I guarantee they went into
Yeah.
these preconceived notions that I'm going to be able to customize his outfit and give him a weird hairdo.
Right.
And then when they can't, it's like, well, that's not what this is. So sorry, you didn't research.
Well,
Yeah.
I was about to say, golly, what in the
And
world?
I've never played a Mafia game before, so I didn't know what to expect. So I didn't have any expectations going
Yeah.
in.
Yes.
And I don't know if the first two were like this, but I've just been pleasantly surprised at how story driven it is.
Awesome.
And how deep the story goes, and they tackle a lot of really tough issues, and they do it really well. And
How cool, man.
yeah, it's been fun, and it's been fun seeing people online be angry that you have to play as a black guy when racism is a huge topic in the game itself.
Oh, heck yeah. Don't they even have a disclaimer at the beginning of the game? It's like, hey,
Sorry,
Yeah.
you're playing as a black guy.
well, no, not even that, but this took place in the 70s. A lot of stuff went down, as you're going to hear some stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was telling a friend last night, I don't feel nearly as bad that I'm killing people because I'm killing like a bunch of racist rednecks.
Perfect.
Nice.
I wouldn't feel bad either.
It's been a lot of fun. The acting is really well done.
It is good.
Yeah,
It
voice
is,
Because
acting
for
is
some
good.
reason,
Good.
one of the voices I didn't on one of the black guys in particular, I didn't like in the commercial, and so I didn't know if that was gonna. I remember watching the commercial actually with Jenny, and I was like,
Mhm.
I could have done better than that. And but
There is something to be said that when if you don't like a certain actor in a game, the way that their performance is, like just the way they're doing the voice or whatever, it totally takes me out. I can't.
Yeah, it's
That's the
tough,
reason
right?
I didn't play The Wolf Among Us, is because the actor that did Bigby, I couldn't stand the dude's voice.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I liked-
really?
I like
Yeah,
Big B's
because
voice.
he was the same voice he was in one of the episodes of The Walking Dead season 1, and the minute I heard the commercial for that, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy, there's no way. I'm not.
Is that
doing it.
right?
That's
I can't do
funny.
it.
That is really funny.
That's awesome. But yeah, it's been nice. I've been pleasantly surprised. I wondered if it was going to tear me away from Forza, and I haven't touched Forza since this started. So it's
Wow.
Nice.
been that
The
being
only thing
said,
keeping me from watching it on YouTube is me wanting to play it so
Yeah.
badly.
and that's how it was for me as well.
I watched your first chapter. I'm like, okay, I can't watch anymore.
The only thing
Yeah.
that's kept me from watching it is time.
Right.
Yeah, ain't
Not
that the
having it.
truth? Yep.
Well, and after I picked it up, I was the first time I got behind the wheel in the game, it was like, oh, this definitely isn't Forza.
Yeah, I
because
know
it
that's
doesn't
right.
handle-
The cars look cool though.
Yeah, it's fun, and the soundtrack is just incredible. I just love that era of the late '60s, and it's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
That's so
That's
cool,
yeah, it's
man.
been
How
good.
fun.
Yeah,
Ugh, I love it when
So
it
this
comes
is
together.
a definite. This is a definite buy it, right? From
it
you.
is for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone asked if they I think they were going to pre-order order the definitive edition. Is it worth $60? And I was like, well, I've just got the standard edition, and I'm very happy with my purchase so far. So
How's the language and stuff? Pretty rough.
the language is rough. Someone asked me if there was a lot of nudity in it. They were concerned about that.
Sure.
And one of the first missions takes place in a brothel, and I was like, "Here we go! Here comes all the nudity."
yeah.
And I either I can't actually remember if the girls were all if they were clothed, or if I
It's
just
all
didn't
blur.
notice, or if I just didn't notice because I was so like looking for so paranoid of bad guys that's what I was focusing on.
Yeah.
But if there is any, I really didn't notice it. It wasn't in your face. It wasn't like in a cut scene and here's a huge boob, or
Right.
anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So it's tasteful nudity.
Yeah, if it's in there.
Yeah.
One of the collectibles that you can try to collect, they have different magazines spread throughout the map. One of them are one of the magazines is Playboy.
Nice.
And at first I was like, oh no, but when you pick them up, you don't see anything. If you want to, you can, but you have to go through a couple menus, so you don't have to worry about, I don't know if I should do this.
Accidentally
You can,
seeing it kind of thing.
yeah.
That's
So
good. That's good that they don't make it obvious.
right.
Man,
So
I'm
other than
impressed.
that,
Good for them, because they could have gone all
Yeah.
kinds of crazy with that.
Oh yeah, Doc.
yeah. No, I'm not done yet. So
Do you have any idea how far along you are at all?
I don't know how long the game is supposed to be.
yeah.
But you're taking your
I'm
sweet time, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm taking my time. I'm spending a lot of time when I'm not recording. I'm doing a lot of the side missions and a lot of the collecting and stuff like that. So
Great.
Very
It's
cool.
been good.
Nice.
yeah,
Does it feel ginormous, like one of those things where you're like, I can't even get to half this game, or does it feel like doable? Like, yeah, okay, good. I'll get through.
it's definitely big, but it's also doable. It's not overwhelming.
Oh, cool.
And I'm having such a good time playing the game. And every time any game comes out, it's the whole, you do the same thing over and over again, which you do in every game.
Right. Exactly.
And
yeah.
and in this case, I'm enjoying it, so I don't mind doing the same thing over and over again because I'm having a
Right.
good time.
That's
So
great, man.
yeah,
How
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, I think you've definitely convinced me. Like, I'm not going to get it right away, but probably Black Friday or around holiday season, I'll probably get it. 'Cause, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be discounted by then for sure.
yeah,
oh definitely, yeah,
I definitely want to play that game.
Very cool.
yeah, it's been fun.
Is that it for you, Ed?
That's pretty much it. Sarah and I played a little bit of Lego Dimensions, but that's pretty much it for me.
Cool.
Nice.
Timmy,
Yes, sir. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
doing good. How you
Good,
doing?
man.
Awesome, man. It's been a packed week. So Lauren's birthday was on Monday.
Yeah, it was.
And so I was running around. We were doing all kinds of fun little birthday stuff. We had a really great day. It was just on Monday. It was Columbus Day too. So like we wanted to go like and do some stuff, just the three of us. Like I don't know, apple picking or go to the pumpkin patches or do something like that, something fallish because the weather was cooler and everything's closed on Mondays.
Oh, jeez.
Regardless of whether or not it was Columbus Day, everything was closed.
Yeah.
But we ended up having a great day. We just we drove around, did some shopping for her, and had a
Nice.
great time. And then yesterday was our anniversary.
That's right.
Oh, hey.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
18 years with that woman. It's been fantastic.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so it's been really great.
Just about ready to start voting.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. We are ready to vote, and we don't want to.
Yeah, just in time.
Right.
Yeah, so that's been really good. Getting ready, getting prepared for Disney. We're going to leave on Sunday. There is a possibility that we may leave a touch later because a buddy of mine can get me two 2-day park hopper passes to Universal, which would include Harry Potter.
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
I'm like, oh babe, we're driving, so we've got flexibility. We could like get a hotel
Yeah.
somewhere
Yeah.
somewhere close to Orlando. Like we can drive Saturday, like as far as we can, grab a hotel, and then immediately go right to Universal,
Mhm.
and then kind of go from there. So we're kind of toying with that idea. That would be really cool. I don't know. I mean,
Dude,
Gabe,
Harry
you've been
Potter
there, right?
almost by itself is worth it. Like if it's
Yeah.
free.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
but I mean,
geez Louise.
we would
Harry
have to
Potter
pay-
is awesome.
we would have to pay for Piper. But is there enough for Piper to do? Like, can she do everything?
No,
Really?
but she'll. I mean, I don't remember. I don't because I've never been to Universal with Amara. I've never paid
Right.
attention to the height requirements. So
Yep.
like Disney, she's probably right at the height where she can do most of everything now.
Yeah.
But I don't know about because those are pretty next level rides.
Yeah.
Those are not for kids.
When I went, I don't remember. I'm sure there was, but I don't remember there being kid rides. There's definitely buildings and things to go into that are
Well, they do.
kid-friendly.
They have like a whole Dr. Seuss land.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
Yeah,
so
I'm
there's
just talking about
definitely
just
stuff
in
there for kids, but-
I'm just talking about just the Harry Potter part. I don't
Oh,
remember any
right.
of the rides being like a little bitty mine train or
If
anything.
I'm going to Universal, it's all about Harry Potter. Lauren and I have been dying to do that.
Well,
And
the
she
train.
Yeah, the
I
train
should
is
do the
supposed to be
train
next
in
level,
between,
so that's
and-
great.
Which is really cool.
All right, we'll have to figure that one out. I'll have to talk to
I mean,
my
if it's
buddy about
free, just go and check.
Yeah,
You know,
might as well.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to lose anything.
Well, the only problem with that is we have to go for 2 days. Otherwise, he loses all of his privileges to have that. Like, so you can't
What?
just like, yeah, it's
What? Yeah, I don't get that.
that doesn't
it's-
make sense.
Well, it's not his privileges, but he's done some work for Universal on social media stuff, so they give him these passes that you can use for. It's like a friends and family thing, but
Mhm.
they are two. You get 2 tickets, and they are 2-day passes, and they have to be scanned on 2 different days. Because I think
Or
what would
what?
happen is
Really?
Or
Yeah,
what? They go back in time and don't let you go the first day?
no, or he loses that discount all entirely. Like they're super
Like he
strict.
can't get it next year or
can't-
next time.
he can't get it for anybody anytime after that. It's
That's
I
like,
guess I'm
dumb.
going with you.
isn't that weird? Yeah, no
I know
kidding,
that's right. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? It seems really
That
weird.
Uh,
is weird.
Like I text him like I don't understand. He's like, yeah, it's just really weird. They
He has
take
to
that really.
be misunderstood.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
You
know.
get 2 free hamburgers, but if you only eat one, no more
Yeah,
free
no more hamburgers for you at all.
So weird.
Yeah,
we need
exactly.
we need to scan your stomach to make sure you completely ate them all. Yeah,
Right, and you have to
Right.
throw up the first one.
exactly. That's exactly what it sounds like. So it did seem weird for me too, but I'm going to talk to him about it later. So yeah, I don't know. We may go, we may not, but if there's not a ton to do for Piper, it may not be worth it. We'll see.
Well, just have him go scan the tickets the second day. Don't even just turn around and go back to the car.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah, just
Give them to somebody else. Be like,
it's
no,
true.
I'm
I
not
guess-
scalping. Just take them.
Yeah,
Just make sure you use them tomorrow.
Yeah,
Pay it
that's a good
forward.
idea. That's a good. That's a great idea, actually. Yeah. So we'll see. So just I definitely need some prayers this week.
Uh-oh.
Last and I don't want to get this too crazy, but last Monday I got a call from my brother. My sister-in-law was kind of feeling kind of iffy, so she, as diligent as she is, she's a nurse practitioner. So she went and got a colonoscopy, and they found a mass in her colon.
Oh no!
So
Wow.
my brother was
Oh, no.
he's been super awesome. He was just very factual about everything. The great thing is that it is not as serious as anybody thinks, or like it's pretty great. Like if she was to get any type of cancer this way, this is the kind to get. It's not it looks like it's very contained. It's not a very aggressive. So she goes into surgery actually this morning at 8:30 to get it.
Oh
removed.
my gosh!
So
Wow.
they're moving fast on it, not necessarily because it needs to, but just because they want to get it done and out of
Right.
the way. Because I think one of her surgeons is leaving for vacation for 2 weeks, probably coming down to Disney with me. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's
but
him at
no,
Universal,
so-
like,
So
hey.
so I'm just asking for our community just to shoot some prayers up to my sister-in-law. Her name's Gretchen.
Absolutely.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
And
man.
she's been really good, and really the main thing that everybody was concerned with was talking to the kids about it. Amelia, the middle one, my niece, she's the one that's taking it the hardest. But I mean, we've just been explaining to her, and they've been really great with just kind of comforting her and being like, hey, look, everything's going to be fine. And here's this classic Liam, 16-year-old boy. Like when they sat down and told the kids, he like gives her a big old hug, and then 5 minutes later, he's like, "Hey, Mom, I need some jeans at Kohl's. Can we go?"
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, yeah, that's
Exactly.
pretty much a typical 16-year-old boy
Can't see
response.
beyond
It's-
themselves
right.
very far.
that sounds about right. But yeah, she's great, and we're all very, very encouraged by everything. The doctors are very encouraged with, and when she went in for initial consultation after the colonoscopy. The oncologist was like, "This is if you're going to get anything like this is what you want." She may have to go through some chemo, but only in pill form. So I don't think the side effects are that crazy. But man, it's just really
That's scary.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Week. We're seeing that everywhere, but it's just really it's not shocking, but it's pretty amazing how cancer can go anywhere and affect anyone.
Right.
She's 41 years old. She runs half marathons. She's a jazzercise instructor, really healthy, eats right, all this stuff, and it can just happen to anybody. So
Cancer
Right.
doesn't care.
no,
about
it really doesn't. So I'm sure a lot of people in our community have dealt with this kind of stuff before. So, it's just one of those things where you have to deal with it and you have to be diligent. And she was, and they caught it early, which is great. Colon cancer runs in my family as well. So I'm going to go get a colonoscopy probably when we get back from Disney anyway, just because, it's one of those things where if you're, you need to be diligent in this kind of stuff because it can happen at any time, any place, anywhere. So it was,
Right.
it was a morbid last Monday, but after her actual meeting with the oncologist, everybody relaxed, and so it's a lot better now. So she goes in now this morning for surgery. So it's really, really great. So we're very excited that everything is where it is, and I think it's very manageable. So we'll see.
that takes Extra Life to a whole new meaning this year.
Amen to that, brother.
So we'll
Amen
be
to
playing
that.
for Gretchen.
That's right. That's exactly who I'll be playing for. So yeah, it's all good. But thank you guys for just lifting her up this week. I think that would be great.
Yeah, definitely, man.
I totally forgot to give you Piper's topic of the week this week.
Oh,
Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh.
Can you
There you
believe that
go.
movie
That's
is 20? We picked up the DVD like last week. That movie's 20. They're celebrating their 25th anniversary. That movie's 25 years
it's so
old.
crazy.
That is
nuts.
insane. It's a good
Yeah.
movie. So
I always liked Beauty and the Beast, even though I did not like how they portrayed the prince after. Like, I like the Beast better. Like, I
yeah.
remember
He
when
was
they-
goofy looking.
Yeah, I remember when they turned him into the prince. I was like, ugh. What is going on?
He looked like he was in an 80s hair band.
I was like, go back to being the Beast, buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I thought that was so weird. I think that's weird that more than me felt like that. Like, I remember when they changed him, I was like, ugh. If I was her, I'd be disappointed. I'd be like, is there like a Control Z that we can do on this thing?
Can we reverse the curse? Hashtag reverse the curse.
Hashtag reverse the curse. So that's right.
So
He turns around and she just kind of like crumples up the rose.
Oh, great.
she throws it in the fire. All right, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
What did I get into?
Exactly. No,
I'm like, who doesn't want like a candelabra and stuff singing to you? Like, I wouldn't want everything going back to normal.
Exactly. Oh, that's hilarious. No, that movie is good. I still can't believe it's 25 years old. But and then they're going to do the live action one with what's her name?
Anne Hathaway.
No, it's
is it Anne Hathaway?
No, I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
It's Hermione from Harry Potter. What's her name? Oh my gosh,
Emma Watson.
Thank you, Emma Watson. I couldn't think of it. So so that
a tale as old as time, a song as old as rhyme.
That's
Beauty
right.
and the Beast. Man, those songs are good. Jeez Louise.
I hope they bring Peebo back for the soundtrack.
Who?
Peebo Bryson.
Oh, that's right. He did it at the end, didn't he? As a
like the radio version.
That's right. Yes.
I forgot about that, Peebo. Oh, good lord. Anyway, on the gaming front, BioShock 2 is done, man. I
cannot believe that you were done with that already.
I was kind of surprised too. I thought this was going to be a lot longer, but I was pleasantly surprised. Like, everything was great. I had a great time with it. And baby, I'm in Infinite and having a ball, and I don't remember any of it from when I played it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it's even better. Cool. Like, I just even the 5,000 feet, 10,000 feet. Hallelujah. I was I forgot about that line. That's a great line when he gets up to Columbia.
Yes.
So I'm having a great time with this collection in this series, and it really is good. And it's what a difference between Infinite and 1 and 2. Like, 1 and 2 just were so much darker, and I think that's why Infinite was probably as popular as it was, because I don't think a lot of people like myself, and I know you guys, we never played 1 and 2 when it first came out, and the great thing is you didn't need to, and like Infinite is just so much different, and it's lighter, but it's so great. So I'm having so much fun with this collection. I'm so glad I got it.
Sick.
And so it's been really, really good.
I'm so jealous.
That's awesome, dude.
Well, man, I think you should give it another chance. I really do, because I think this collection may turn you a little bit, because I know you had some issues with it being so dark, and
yeah.
And 1 and 2 are still dark because you're in Rapture, which is underwater, so everything is a lot darker. But I don't know. I think you might appreciate it a little bit more now.
There you go.
But you could certainly give it a shot. But so I will try and play a little bit, as much as I can before I leave, and then I'll have to take a little hiatus. But just loving that collection. So if anybody was thinking about BioShock, definitely do it. I'm having a great time with it. It is frustrating at times. I think 2 was more frustrating for me than 1. And Infinite has been actually kind of a breeze, like just going through. Like I've barely been killed, which has been pretty cool. And but it's just great. So I'm having a good time with it. That is it for me.
Nice. Chris McCracken.
Well, this past weekend, we had a surprise 25th anniversary party for my parents.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and it's been a little bit, I've had to keep quiet about it the last couple of weeks and not mention it on my updates, because we've been working towards us, like me, my sister, and my brothers. Really, my sister's been doing all the work, and me and my brothers have been doing a little bit here and there to get it organized. But because my parents listen to the show, I couldn't ever mention anything about it.
That's awesome.
So I had to keep quiet. And originally we were going to have the party on the 1st, which is their first weekend after they got back from their European trip. And then it was like the Tuesday or Wednesday of that week. And my stepdad goes, "Yeah, I've got a company picnic this coming Saturday." And we're like, so we had to scramble and push the date by one weekend. And we were like, if something comes up and we can't do it this weekend, we may just have to tell them, look, we had this whole party thing planned, because we're having to like schedule other people and then move their schedules around and everything, because people that wanted to attend. But last Saturday, everything was good and they didn't have anything pressing that they really had to do. So what I ended up doing was I called them on Friday because my sister's like, I need you to get them out of the house so that I can get it all set up. And then y'all just come back. And when you come back, everybody will be here. And I'm like, oh, surprise. So I go and I call my mom and I'm like, hey, yeah, I just want to take you guys out to lunch for, 25th anniversary and just talk to you about it and everything. Well, actually, I don't think I told her on the phone that was what for. But when we got to the restaurant, I was like, oh, yeah, I want to take you to lunch for your 25th anniversary. And we went to this little area in downtown, this new pub that was built in the downtown of the city that they live in. And it was good. And we just, the food was really good. The beer was really good. And I kept having to keep them there because my sister's like, try to keep them by 2:30. And we left for lunch at 12:30.
Oh god!
Like, man, I'm really gonna have to just
stretch it
ask
out, brother.
about everything under the sun and bring us maybe I should talk about the election. I didn't, but I was like, that might get things going.
You had it in your back
hours.
pocket though, just in case.
Yeah,
right?
I did. I was ready to whip it out if I needed to. And ask me, hey, you want to talk about this?
What is your financial 5-year plan? Go.
Right, exactly.
Are you guys really ready for retirement soon?
Be like, so you think Harambe deserved it?
Oh my gosh, yes. They would have so many things to say about that.
That's good.
Harambe.
Oh, you think Harambe deserved it?
Or was he being the better parent?
Oh, man.
I never saw Titanic. Can you replay it for me?
Yeah.
Just retell it for me.
That's great.
You guys want to listen to the 3-hour-long episode of Married to the Games where we do the spoiler cast on Uncharted 4?
Yeah. You love that. You would love playing that game, too. You should go back and do it.
That's funny.
But it all worked out, and when we got to the house, I purposely had them go a certain direction so that they would pull right into the garage. We told people to park around the neighborhood, not all in front of the house, but just in case, because sometimes people don't listen to that kinds of stuff. I was like, let's just go around the back. So I made sure they didn't go to the front of the house, and then when we walked in the back door, everybody was there, and they yelled surprise, and they were all taken aback, and it was
nice.
awesome.
Good job.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it actually works really well. And my mom, kind of even more so than my stepdad. My stepdad just kind of goes with the flow. But my mom, she will pick up on a lot of stuff. And it's not like we haven't done surprise party stuff a bunch, but she picks up on things and kind of figures things out. Mm-hmm. So the fact that we were able to keep it a complete secret and she wasn't expecting it was really awesome.
That's great.
That's
so
awesome.
it worked out really well. So big props to my sister because she's the one, again, who really organized the whole thing. She's the one that got, the invite sent, all the decorations, the location, everything.
That's
Great.
awesome.
So it worked out really well.
Good job, Jenna.
And
Very nice.
Then fast forward to Monday, at work, I'm in this meeting. I'm going into this meeting and I'm waiting for it to start. So I'm flipping through my emails and I go to my personal email accounts to just get rid of junk mail or spam or anything like that and check out things. And I see I have this email from Best Buy. I'm like, sweet. And I open it up and it says, your PSVR pre-order has been canceled. And I was like, what?
Freaking
I'm clicking through to my account, seeing what it is, trying to hit the little make a change button that's grayed out and won't let me do anything.
It's make that change. I'm just kidding.
The entire meeting, I'm just like, I want to get out of this meeting so I can do something. I want to get out of this meeting so I can call somebody. I want to get out of this meeting.
Are you instantly fidgety, almost can't even pay attention to anything?
That would drive me insane.
The meeting that I was in is one of those ones where I'm there because I'm part of the picture as a whole, but this meeting has nothing to do with me. I didn't say one thing in the whole meeting. So I was like, I could just leave right now and it wouldn't be a big deal. But I was like, no, I need to stay here and finish this meeting. So when I was done, I went and I called Best Buy. I got tossed around between 4 different customer service people because every time I talked to somebody, they couldn't fix my problem. So they elevate me to somebody else. Mm-hmm. So I eventually got to, whatever the most senior level person that I spoke to. And they just said there's nothing that they can do about it. That once the order has been canceled, they can't go back and reopen it. Because what happened was they said that my payment couldn't be processed. And the reason that my payment couldn't be processed is because in August, my credit card got replaced with a new chip card.
Yep. And
I didn't remember that I had used that card to do the PSVR pre-order because, again, I did this in March.
Yeah,
so I couldn't remember what card I did. So, at the end of the day, yes, it is my own fault because I didn't update the payment information. But I told them, I was like, look.
They should have sent you an email to be like, hey,
that's
we
what
can't
I said. I said, look, I'm calling you because I want to see if I can give you a new payment option and process this order because I pre-ordered this back in March and I didn't get any kind of notice that there was an issue.
Yeah.
Now, they said, once I finally got to the last person I talked to, she gave me a date and a time. She's like, on this date, at this time, we sent an email to you that says, hey, we're having trouble processing your payment. You've got X amount of time beforehand. I have scoured my email and I cannot find this email. The trash, the spam, and every Best Buy email I ever get has gone right to my inbox.
Yeah,
so I don't think it would have been spam anyways.
How long ago did they say they sent it?
They said it was 24 hours before they canceled it.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And
wow.
I've talked to some, obviously I voiced my frustration on Twitter and people wrote back to me saying, hey, Best Buy is usually pretty good about giving you notice ahead of time that there's an issue. So I have no reason to not believe them. I mean, I'm taking them at their word, but I can't find it. And so the whole situation is just really frustrating. Because
it got more frustrating because
I've been waiting on this. I mean, I went through many hoops just to get the thing pre-ordered because all the sites were crashing while I was on a video shoot as I was having to try to step away and make this happen.
Right.
So as it sits right now, my only real option is to try to go. There's one Best Buy in my DFW Metroplex that is doing the midnight release. I called them and I said, look, are you guys just fulfilling pre-orders or will you have extras that you're also selling? And he's like, and I also called a couple different Best Buys. Actually, I called that Best Buy, a few other ones, the one closest to me, and I called like 3 or 4 GameStops, and they all say the same thing. We're selling to pre-order people, and if we have stuff left over, whoever's standing in line can get one.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I'm just not going to go wait in a line.
Man, don't.
Definitely not at midnight because I have something at work I got to do the next morning, so I can't do that one for sure. But even if I do go the next day, it's like I probably don't have the time to stand in a line. And if there's going to be lines, they're probably going to sell out because if you are going to have like 10 leftover units, that's going to sell out. So I just don't really know exactly what I'm going to do. But I did get somebody reached out to me from our community on Twitter and was like, hey, I pre-ordered 2 bundles and I really don't think I need them both. So if it comes through and doesn't get canceled or something weird happens to me, I'll sell you my pre-order bundle. And I was like, all right, so that's
nice.
That's probably the route I'm going to end up going. Yeah. And I told him, I was like, look, I am going to see what I can do day of and see if I can get something here. I was like, but if it doesn't work out, I super appreciate you giving me this offer.
That's incredible.
Really. And I can't wait to, one way or the other, just finally get PSVR in my house and on my head so I can just have a blast with it. And it's just the weirdest thing because I've never pre-ordered something like this far in advance and had an issue.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is like relatively common, this kind of stuff happens. I get it. But it was such a shocker to be like the week of a couple days removed from it. Yeah. And the other weird thing is I was almost certain because I always ship things either to work or I do pick up at store if it's at a Best Buy. They were showing that I had it indicated to ship to my house. So I was like, there's no way that's right because I don't want a $500 piece of hardware sitting on my porch.
No, man, pick that up.
9
Definitely
hours.
go pick that up. That is
so. I don't know. The whole situation's weird.
Yeah,
but
I could see if you were trying to do it on your phone though, like during a shoot, I could see you just maybe hitting like the autofill as you go really quick to try to get back to what you were doing.
Or
maybe.
your phone may have done it for you. Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird.
It may have done that. I know I changed it to the store pickup at a later time though, because I went and logged into my Best Buy account. Because I was double checking everything, even though I'd gotten confirmation emails, and I saw the option pick up at store, and I would be shocked if I hadn't checked that, which they're saying that I didn't, but I'm almost completely dead certain that I did.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Regardless, it's not going to happen. So I'm either going to be picking up one day of, or hopefully this other person that buying it from them will come through and everything.
And
will
that's
work out
tomorrow, right?
Yeah, midnight tonight is when they're doing the pickups, and then it launches at the stores that aren't doing a midnight release, which a lot of them aren't. You'll be able to pick it up, I guess, whenever the store opens.
10 o'clock in the morning.
I just think the Lord doesn't want you to have VR right now. I think that's the bottom line.
Yeah. Oh,
no, it's all good. That still blows my mind. Like, even with all the games that I pre-order, and what did I have? I had Uncharted or something for like 7 months or something like that. Like, they'll tell you, like, I got emails all the time. Hey, this game is changing its date or anything like that. And and I
got those too, because in June was when they officially announced the release date. So I got an email like the day of, I think it was during E3, and I got an email that said, hey, PSVR, new release date. I mean, so they were on it. And
they're really diligent with that. Like, and especially with payment. Like, I just went through that too. I had a credit card. My credit card expired in September, the 16th, and I got like Netflix hit me up, like Spotify, all my little subscription services. Everybody was like, "Hey, your credit card's going to expire. Just wanted to remind you."
I wonder if it's different because his didn't expire, but he got it replaced.
Yeah, it was
with a
really
chip.
weird because I still had like another year on my card, and they sent me a letter saying, "Hey, we're upgrading you to the chip card," and so.
Interesting.
I had to kind of scramble and fix things because there were other things that this card was tied to. And I was like, all right, I was having to fix them all. I just didn't dawn on me that Best Buy, because I don't buy much online at Best Buy. It's almost all in store or, I'm buying something digitally. The only thing I really buy at Best Buy is hardware, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it didn't dawn on me that card was used to pre-order PSVR, 6 months ago. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah, and I think once you activate that card, everything else goes away. Everything else just gets cuts off. Ugh.
Because other things like my toll tag was like, hey, we can't. I was like, oh yeah. So I went in there and I fixed it, and I did the ones I knew of, and then other ones I just had to remember as I was getting notices.
Yep.
Right.
So,
Man.
Wow.
It'll happen, brother. Don't you
worry. It is what
worry.
it is. Yeah, it'll work out eventually in the end. It's just one of those things where, man, I really wanted to be like a day one. I'm at home. I was looking into possibly taking Thursday or maybe Friday off just so I could set it all up and relax and just take my time with it. But
You may still be able to.
yeah, we'll see. It'll happen eventually. It just might be a little bit later than originally planned.
There you go.
Right.
Well, what have you been playing, brother?
Gaming wise, so I did play. I downloaded the Death Star expansion for Battlefront.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And I've been playing a little bit of that. I haven't had a lot of time to really dive in, but it's a lot of fun. It's awesome being able to fly around in an X-Wing, fighting alongside a Star Destroyer, and you're trying to take out all these other.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, what are they called?
I forgot that
TIE
came out.
fighters. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it just looks so cool. And then to be doing all the multiplayer matches on the actual Death Star. And I think
That's
there's
awesome.
a couple different modes. I haven't really been able to explore too much. I think there's one where you go through and you actually can fly down in the trenches and blow up the Death Star. I think there's a mode where that actually happens. But yeah, it is a lot of fun and really nostalgic. It's really cool. And then I've been playing more Destiny Rise of Iron. I finished out Iron Banner last week, which I mentioned before. It was the multiplayer event where you can get a lot of higher level gear drops. And it got me up to level 364, and to do the new raid is 360. And I was like, I'd like to get 365 to go in a little bit above what the entry level is. But I was like, all right, 364 is good enough. So I put a call out on Twitter and I was like, hey, I think I'm raid ready. Let's go ahead and try this. So on Monday night, myself and Katie, and that's a friend of mine that I play a lot with, and then my friend Walsh that I used to play Destiny a lot with, and then Ben Palmer from our community, he joined up, then Walsh had a couple of other people that he grabbed. And we did the raid, and we did it all in one night, and we made it all the way through, and it was amazing.
That's great.
Man.
It was
That's great.
So cool.
So
Good.
much fun. Oh my gosh. It felt so good because before when I played Destiny, the best thing in Destiny is the raid.
Yes.
And it was just a blast. And it's not the most difficult raid. Like the mechanics are kind of predictable. They're not as much throwing as much weird stuff at you as some of the other ones.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that the fight's not still complicated and you've got to learn the mechanics. And it's one of those things where we're on the final boss and they're trying to explain what I need to do. Because Katie and I were the only ones who hadn't been through the raid yet. And we're trying to do it and we're doing it and then we wipe and then we do this, try it again and we wipe. And it's been like 4 or 5 times. I'm starting to feel bad because I'm not getting what I need to do exactly.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it just clicks and we start working like a well-oiled machine and we're all where we need to be. And this guy, everybody's got the role and they're all hitting it right when they need to. And it's just so intense and so much fun.
So cool,
That's
man.
got to be gratifying, definitely.
It is. It's really I really wish that everybody, even people who don't play multiplayer games or anything, I wish at just 1 week you could get Destiny, get an account that puts you at the right level and experience a raid. Because a raid is just so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
awesome.
that was really awesome. And I can't wait to do it again. It's going to be probably another week or so before I can even get back into the game because I got a lot of other stuff coming up. But it was a ton of fun. And the best thing of all is Stacy comes home today.
Yay!
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, she's supposed to land about 11:30, so I'll be going and picking her up from the airport, bringing her home.
Good.
And then I'm gonna have to go back up to work for the rest of the day. But she's got the rest of the day off, and she's already made some. She's got a massage appointment and a facial appointment.
Good for
and all
her.
Very
that
nice.
Stuff, so
That's awesome.
she's gonna pamper herself and just relax a little bit,
Awesome.
and then we'll just enjoy our weekend before she has to go back out the following Wednesday.
Oh, good lord.
Ah,
Oh, jeez.
But that will be her last trip of the year, and then she won't have to go again until sometime, I think, next spring, maybe.
Oh, it's
Oh, very
great.
So
nice.
she'll have a nice long stint before she has to to go back out again. So that's going to be awesome.
That's great, man.
And that is all for me. So, Mr. Gabe,
Yes,
what do
sir.
you got for us, sir?
Ooh, we had the Dove Awards last night.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Good
that-
deal.
It's
How'd that
like
go?
the Christian version of the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
And we might have had a little DC Talk reunion,
Mhm.
Oh, very nice.
which was a big deal in Christian music. Some people were like, what? And so it's the first time I think they've been on the Dove stage for like 15 years or something crazy.
Wow.
And so that was a fun surprise to be able
Did
to be
they
a part
perform?
of. Yeah.
Did they do the song from Toby's new album?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So a song called Love Feels Like.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both on there. And so it was really cool
Sweet.
to kind of be a part of that history-making moment. And what else? The kids are alive
Yeah,
after
yeah.
Ginny's trip to...
Well done,
Did you
you.
survive?
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, we did it. We made it.
We made it. That's hilarious.
We did it. And so I was happy for her to come home and be like, see, breathing.
They're alive. Breathing.
See?
They
alive.
ate. Yep.
No,
Not bad.
Yep.
no broken bones.
Right.
No
What do you
nothing.
think? So,
So her trip was a big success?
trip was a big success. She got to meet Chip and Joanna Gaines from the Fixer Upper show.
Awesome.
And
Which I can say now, the reason I couldn't go down there and go like say hi is because
Yes.
of all the anniversary party stuff.
right.
I had
I
to be
bet that's
quiet
got
about
to
that
feel
before.
good to get off your chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no excuse.
They- and so it was cool to I was just proud of her because she's not really a traveler like that.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah, like ever.
Probably
no.
especially like without the fam, you know? Like just her and her friend.
exactly. And so
Yeah.
I think that's
I
good
was
for
just
her,
really
man. She needed
yeah,
that.
proud that she went and did it. And I was like, yeah, babe, like, go to Dallas by yourself and do the thing.
Yeah.
Kill
So, yeah, I was proud of her, man. And so she did that and came back and she was like, so what did the kids eat? And I was like, dang it, now I got to break it down. 'Cause I guess there was some like specific stuff that she had bought that we didn't use.
Nice.
Oh, the test.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I mean, well, we did. There, like, see, okay.
I got these organic chicken nuggets.
There's not as many carrots in there as when you left. We
'Cause I
did
gave
have
him to
some
Sadie.
carrots. Exactly. So, I mean, that's cool. That's good. So,
That's funny.
and
She basically came back and took inventory, didn't she?
yeah, exactly. She's like, there's a lot of popsicles gone, not a lot of carrots gone.
I see. We have no mac and cheese left.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
But I'm like, the
Right.
same amount of hot dogs are still here, though. So they didn't have that.
There's a whole lot of McDonald's on the bank statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we did any fast food, so I was proud of
Good,
myself.
man.
Nice.
Good for you.
Didn't do that. I did like a trip out every day. It's like
Yeah.
we were like went to Target or went to the park or went to
Right.
Target. So
Or went back to the park for the second time.
Exactly. Right.
Oh, it's
So
great.
I was trying to like prove to myself that I could have them out by myself
Yep.
without child services showing up.
Yep. That would be nice.
So yeah, and they didn't show up.
Dude, there was an Amber Alert the other day. I got a little concerned for one split second.
You're like, that's got to be Remy. He broke out.
He's gone.
I'm out of here. He's like, and I'm up out. Where's that pretty blonde girl?
Can't hold me down.
That's so funny.
So that was good.
He's in the back of an Uber just chilling.
Yeah.
Go faster. Go faster.
Take me to Toys R Us.
We did make a trip to Toys R Us. That was
Nice.
crazy. And the trip we did to Target was like, I did make a mistake. So
Oh, no.
I was thinking, all right, we got to go to Target because we got to get a card for this 5-year-old's birthday that we have to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
And we have to get some bread. Target, I can do both there.
Mhm.
And so we go to Target, and I'm like, ooh, I got an idea. Let's do slushies. That'll keep everybody quiet.
No.
So I go over there because I don't have a sweet tooth. I'm not the guy that's like, I need cake or look at that candy. I don't eat candy. The only time if somebody got some Reese's Pieces, I mean, it's going down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, candy and stuff like that is the kind of thing where if it's there, I'll munch on it, but I don't ever go buy it.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
except for Halloween, you know.
Have candy in the house. That's it. Right. And so we go, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna get one, and then I'm gonna get them one because neither of them need to be drinking a whole slushy.
Right.
Sugar water. Yes.
Yeah, and that was the mistake. Remy is at the age where he don't know nothing about sharing.
No, he's all grabby.
And so, right, he's grabby only.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I gave it to him first. It was like, here, you take some. And then when I went to try to give some to Amara, he was like, I was like, no. You don't want to look like that parent. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want people looking over, and we live in an affluent county. I don't need people looking over like,
you're fine.
Just like I thought.
No. That's so wrong.
No.
All in the middle of Target, single dad, trying to hold it down. Kids are screaming. He probably ain't changed his diaper.
Oh my God.
And so hilarious. So needless to say, Remy got to drink the slushy in Target. And I was like, I said, Amara.
Put the me in Remy.
Yeah, exactly. I told Amara, I was like, hey, listen, he's not going to drink that much. Just let him have it for now. And when we get to the car, we'll deal with the wrath in the car.
Yep.
And so when we got out to the car, I was like, all right, bud, it's Amara's turn. And so, but screaming's not so loud outside, not in front of people.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Anyway, it was awesome. A good time. We did the birthday, went and conquered that. That was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a Mexican family, so I don't know if this is a Mexican thing. I would imagine it is. But one of the big things for Amara's birthday, she was like, I want to do a piñata. So we couldn't do a piñata at the bowling alley. So we got one, filled it with candy, and just kind of did it as a family later.
Yeah.
These jokers had 3 piñatas.
What?
And a piñata song. Like, so I don't know if that's Mexican culture or whatever, but it was blowing Amara's mind. She was like, 3 piñatas? And I kept messing with her. I was like, but Boots, since there's so many, these ones are filled with vegetables.
Nice.
And she was like, no, Daddy. I was like, yeah, these ones got vegetables in it. So let's get your bag ready for when they bust it open so we can get all the vegetables and take it home.
Nice.
That's a Franklin piñata.
Yes, a Whole Foods piñata.
That's right, a Whole Foods. Right. It's all gluten-free candy.
Exactly. Nah.
It's filled with a vegan.
Yeah. Just a skinny woman in Lululemon pants falls out. Oh, it's so dark in there. You're like, oh my gosh, hi, lady.
Would you like some water?
That's awesome. Exactly. Have some kale.
Kale chips.
Yeah. So that was fun. As far as the gaming front, I mean, I have been getting down on some Overwatch.
Oh, nice.
That's been the big saver. We got some Overwatch news when we get to the news. So
yeah, we do.
I've been playing that. That's been my saving grace. So each night, just been staying up way too late doing that. And I think that's it.
Nice.
Wow.
Router.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
I got it.
Well, let's do it.
You did great. Well done.
My voice is so tired.
Go have a slushie. It's all good.
Exactly.
All right, man. We got some new releases this week, and let's start off with the big one. Xbox One PC, Gears of War 4.
There you
let's
go.
do this.
Yeah, go chainsaw somebody's head.
Go have some fun with that. Yeah, I still want to play that too, but I will probably wait on that because I still got a big old pile to play. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration for the PS4.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they also released DLC for the Xbox One, Rise of the Tomb Raider Blood Ties.
Mm.
And that's for Xbox One. So PS4 owners finally get to play Rise of the Tomb Raider. Fantastic game. Totally recommend it.
There you go.
I forgot that wasn't out for them yet.
Yeah, exactly. A whole year.
Wow.
It actually did the whole year.
They made
Man.
it. They made it. I'm very curious what sales are going to be like. I don't know if
With PSVR support, by the way, for anybody getting it.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
That's right.
At least for that one mission, that new mission.
I was about to
Not
say
the entire game.
I was like, I don't think it's the entire game.
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. Unless you
would've-
play it in cinema mode.
Yep, exactly.
WWE 2K17 for the PS4, Xbox One 360, and PS3. FIFA 17 Deluxe Edition for the Xbox One, PS4. Batman Arkham VR for the PS4.
There you go.
There you have it, Chris.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to be, is that like a standalone thing that you buy, or do you need to have the Arkham game?
I think it's a
It's got to be
standalone.
standalone, right?
I think it's standalone.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Battlefront X-Wing VR mission that you're going to get is going to require you to have Battlefront, so I just didn't know.
Oh, wow.
Even though it's free, you have to have Battlefront installed, so I just wasn't sure if this is a similar situation.
isn't this specifically for VR? And it's like
It is,
its own
but so
separate
is that
thing?
mission on that Battlefront mission. I think it only works for PSVR,
Right.
and so they're somehow tied together. But I hadn't heard one way or the other
Interesting.
about this mission.
Metal Gear Solid 5, the definitive experience, PS4, Xbox One. Payday 2, the big score. I guess that's a re-release for the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah. Huh.
And here we go, the one that we've all been waiting for. Duke Nukem 3D, the 20th Anniversary World Tour. Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Oh, yeah.
baby.
Yeah, baby.
Go sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord. And then for the PS4, Res Infinite is out as well.
Oh, okay.
Oops. We have just some tiny oops. Cindy the cat at Cindy A. Croft. Games to play for holidays would be Civilization 6, not 5, as Gabe said.
Sorry.
There you have it. And man, Brett T. Bodden, this is so not an oops, but I'm going to read it anyway. The gold medalist at the Rio Olympics ran the marathon in 2 hours and 8 minutes. I did not run mine in 2 hours. It took me 4 hours and 13 minutes. Hashtag MTTG oops. Listen, the only oops that is that we're not running. You're the one running. And so you did great. You did a marathon, and it's more than we can say for what we've done. So there's no oops there. You did great. That's awesome, Brett. We're proud of you.
Yeah, great job.
Yes, I think somebody said that he did it in 2 hours. But it was real flippant.
Yeah. No,
Nice.
Whatever. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Because
marathon.
I sure as heck ain't doing that. So
No sigh.
kudos to you, man. I'll be on the couch playing BioShock. Thank you.
Somebody better get a lion out.
Yes,
We're
right.
like, all right, Gabe, we're going to have this lion chase you for 20
That's
miles.
the only way that Chevy Ninja's running right now. is if he's
Exactly.
being
Be like, you
chased.
know what? I think around mile 17, he going to get a meal. So it's been nice knowing everybody.
That's right. It's been a pleasure. Pleasure serving. All right, back to you guys. That's it for me.
Chris McCracken.
Well, two little bits of Overwatch news. Number one, Overwatch has officially passed 20 million registered players
Oh, wow.
Wow.
across all the platforms. So that's console and PC. Yeah. But that is ridiculous.
How does that compare to Destiny? Do you know?
I don't know, because I don't know if Activision has ever confirmed a specific number for Destiny. I know they've mentioned at some point like X many registered players as they hit certain milestones. I think the last one they did was like 10 or maybe it's 15 million, something like that, but I'm not sure.
And Destiny wasn't on PC, right?
Yeah, Destiny's not on PC. Destiny's currently only on console.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So-
But it was on PS3 and PS4,
Right.
Xbox 360 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
So
Not going forward, but yep.
could be a,
And then-
yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And then coupled with that, as Gabe kind of alluded to, is they had during the Rio Olympics, they had this Olympic theme event going on where you could get loot boxes and different costumes for your characters that were themed around the Olympics.
Oh, that's
They're
awesome.
going to be doing the exact same thing except for Halloween.
Yes.
And these Halloween skins look awesome.
That's
They
great,
look
man.
so cool.
Oh, nice.
And I haven't played Overwatch in a while, not because I don't enjoy it, but just because I've been playing, doing Destiny, and then now with the new Battlefront Death Star mission that I was able to buy. But I saw these costumes, I was like, all right, good thing I got that raid in because I'm going to have to go spend some time in Overwatch.
Yeah, so I can start
awesome.
sending those texts again, Chris.
Oh my gosh, you can't because there's this Reaper skin. Oh, it's so amazing. He's got this pumpkin head on. It looks awesome.
That's cool.
I'm so down for all of that.
I know,
love
and it's
it.
totally random. Like the drops, whenever you get the loot box, what's going to come out in it. So you just gotta
play.
You just gotta play and get it. Because even if you use real money and buy loot boxes, you're still not guaranteed what you're going to get, which is a little bit
Can you buy
crazy.
loot boxes with real money?
Yeah, you can pay for loot boxes with microtransactions if you want to.
Nope.
I hope you get Donald Duck.
I hope I do too, because I still have it on Crossy Road.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. So if you're into Overwatch and you're into Halloween,
Do it.
there you go.
Nice.
I like it. And it's live now.
Yeah, it's live now. It came out. I think it launched yesterday.
Yep. It's there for the taking. So man, we haven't talked about this game, I think, since its premiere or the teaser. I think I talked about being excited about it at one point. Cuphead.
Oh yeah.
Stay
you guys
excited.
Oh,
Please still be excited.
I'm still excited, but it got delayed, a huge delay again.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like a big one. So it was pushed back to this year, to 2016. Now they released a statement the other day saying now it's pushed back to mid 2017.
Oh.
Mm.
So they said throughout this year, we discussed reducing the scope to make a 2016 release, but we made the difficult decision to delay the launch in order to ship with our vision intact. We are happy to announce that Cuphead will be coming to Xbox One and Windows 10 and Steam in mid 2017.
That last little bit is like such a PR spin move. Like, we're happy to announce.
Yeah.
that this
Yeah,
game
but like, why would you be happy to announce that?
You notice they didn't say we're happy to announce we've delayed.
Yeah, exactly.
They said we're happy to announce.
We're
Right.
thrilled to tell you that it's coming out in 2018.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, this game is,
It's going to be ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, of all the games that are coming out, it almost makes sense that this one keeps getting it just because I think the team is ridiculously small, like smaller than, granted, their game's not as big in scope, but their game, I think they're even smaller than Hello Games, which did No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I know they're not on par with each other, but
Right.
this game also is completely hand drawn and then animated afterwards, I believe.
What?
I think you might be
'cause
right.
It's the
looks
animation.
it.
So, I mean, I understand it takes a long time. Now, why? Because it's been shown at a lot of different events. It's been shown at E3s and Gamescoms, and every time
Yeah.
it looks like it's good, it's ready to go, bring it on, and then it gets delayed again. And I'm kind of like you, Gabe. I've been super excited about this game, but I've also been one of those people that's a bit on the fence because every time it gets reviewed, or not reviewed, but
Looked at.
played and then talked about like at an event,
Yeah.
they're always like, man, this game is hard. And I'm just like,
Yes, it looks like it's
Ooh.
going to be really hard.
yeah, it looks ridiculously hard, even though it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I like that style.
It really
the style
does
is
look
just
cool.
really cool.
Because
So-
it's so unique. That's the beauty of it. Like, this
Yes.
is unlike any other game we've played for the past couple years. So that's what's really exciting.
It just looks exactly like all those weird, goofy cartoons you would watch as a kid.
Oh,
and that's
yeah,
just
man.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, I
So,
think
I mean,
it's so cool.
I'll wait more for it. I mean, take the time you need. I want the game to be right, but it's definitely a bummer because this has been one of those, even though it's an indie game and it's a smaller one, it's been one of those marquee indie games that's been talked about for the Xbox side because it's going to be an exclusive to Windows and Xbox One.
Right.
I'm sure eventually it may come to PS4, but all this time it's been touted as an Xbox exclusive, and it just keeps getting delayed and then delayed and then delayed. I think this is like well, actually, no. I think this is only the second delay because for a long time they just didn't give a release date. They're just like, oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Exactly. So that's a bummer, but I'm really looking forward to that game. So I hope those
Yeah,
guys
man.
are able to,
Yeah.
crank it out and,
Yeah.
No Man's Sky
Take-
thing doesn't happen to them. But
Yep.
You know,
Take your
Yeah,
time.
hopefully not.
Mm-hmm.
just the way it looks is just so cool.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
it looks amazing.
And that's a platformer, right? It will
Yes.
be a platformer.
Yeah, it's like a 2D side-scrolling
Mhm.
Yeah.
with boss fights and different
Awesome.
things.
Awesome.
And those games are just like so difficult anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And so people saying this one's hard is like, dang it.
And I wonder if part of the delay is trying to rework the mechanics. Because one of the things that I saw, like people that would play it at events would say about it is that especially when you get into some of the boss fights, it's really hard to tell what things are things you can jump on and interact with and what aren't. And people would die before they could figure out where they were supposed to go, like what the safe area was and how to dodge things. I wonder if it's more about fine tuning all that stuff and making what you're supposed to do a little more obvious, but still keeping it being difficult to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there's a delicate balance there. You want to make sure that it's not not frustrating to the gamer to the point where they rage quit it. Ed.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know, right?
Hello, Ed.
Hi.
I love you, Ed. You're the best.
It's still a little bit funny that we call it rage quit when it involves Ed, because it's really just kind of and stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
The most pleasant rage quitter ever.
There's no rage quitting with Ed. It's just like, and I'm done. See ya.
And then we need to put that microphone inside of his head, and then we'll be like, whoa, hold on there.
You need to be able to hear the ulcer forming.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. Chris, give us something else, brother.
So for those of you that are getting your PlayStation VR this week or anytime coming soon, it's a little weird here. So the PlayStation VR supports something called 3D audio, which I'm not really an audio guy, but apparently that is different than surround sound.
Okay.
They're different, which I didn't know. I always thought the whole thing is surround sound is it gives you like 3-dimensional sound, but I guess they're somehow different. So PSVR, in order to work, or they say that the best way to play PSVR is with 3D sound, but the only way to get 3D sound is to use wired headphones. So you can't use wireless headphones that like stream from your system. They have to be plugged into the little on-off switch that's on the cord that connects to the headset. So the system comes with some earbuds that'll plug in and that will work with that, obviously. But if you have like a fancy-dancy gaming headset that you've been using, and if you're like me and like a lot of people, mine's wireless, it will work. You can still use the headset, but it's not going to be able to support the 3D audio unless you plug a wire. If your wireless headset supports also plugging in a wire and then plugging it into the PSVR.
Yes.
Which is just a little bit weird. And they also say that if you do plug in your headphones, but your headphones actually simulate surround sound within the headphones, it'll like turn that feature off because it'll interfere with the 3D audio. So all this is rather confusing to me because I really wanted to use my cool headset that I paid a lot of money for.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
But I don't know. I guess once I finally get my hands on one, we'll have to see. Now, I'm also, fortunately for me anyways, I'm one of those people that really likes earbuds. Like 9 times out of 10, I actually prefer them. Again, because I'm not a big, like, I've got to hear every note and I can tell the difference between this and that and whatever.
Yeah.
I can't really tell. So I'm usually pretty good with earbuds. So I'll probably just end up using the earbuds that comes with the PSVR. But I'm definitely going to mess around with it and see if I can't get my wireless headphones to work. Because mine do have the ability to plug in a cord.
Yeah, just try it just to see like if you can really hear the difference. I'm sure you will, but yeah, it's just
it's
weird.
just one of those things coming out where they were always real, because people would ask questions like, can you use headphones? I use my gaming headphones? And they were always real kind of humming and hawing, not really giving an answer. It's like, that probably means there's some caveat there. And then when they released their FAQ early this week, that's the one that said, hey, look, we really strongly advise that you use 3D audio because it'll give you the best experience. But to do that, it has to be a wired headset plugged into the actual unit.
So looking into it just quickly as you're talking about it.
Yes.
We all know surround sound, middle speaker, right and left, back speakers, right and left.
Yes.
Sub, depending on if you have a 5.1, 7.1.
Yeah.
The 0.1 is the sub, by the way. I don't know if people know that. 3D sound is mimicking real life. So instead of hearing birds outside your house, going over your house, so the way surround sound would do that is the birds would go from right to left in the speakers. What 3D sound attempts to do is make that sound like it's above you.
Oh, okay.
Where surround sound is always level with your head, 3D sound attempts to make sounds sound like they're coming above and below you, just like you would. Like if you were sitting in a chair.
The Z-axis that is required. The Z-axis that is required for 3D. So the
difference. Okay, so surround sound for me has always only been, I've thought of it and utilized it in terms of gaming, because I've never had like a surround sound like in my living room to watch movies with.
Right.
So I've always thought like when I have my headset on and I hear I can hear, like if I'm playing a multiplayer game, I use that kind of as an advantage because I can hear like there's a guy coming around this corner. I can hear what where they're coming from, left, right, or whatever. I guess the only way I've ever been able to tell if they were above or below me is if I'm familiar with what the ground that they're running on sounds like. If I know there's sheet metal above me and I hear tink, 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 I know they're above.
Exactly.
So that makes a little more sense to my head now because now I get, I guess there isn't that vertical and lower audio.
Yeah,
It's crazy that they can do that.
It's a different dimension now, which is really cool.
Like if
That's
a
kind of
plane
exciting.
were to pass by, you don't need to, in a movie, a plane just passes by right to left. But in 3D sound, they attempt to have it pass above you right to left.
As well as right to left.
So
yeah.
crazy.
So that's cool. And that makes a lot more sense, especially for VR. Now I kind of understand a little bit better.
There you
So I'll
have it.
definitely be giving it a shot, see if I can't get my headset to work with it, because mine can be wired. I'm just not sure if that overrides the surround sound or not, because it's the way they advertise it is you plug in your phone, or if you want to listen to music, or if you can't do it by Bluetooth or something. So we'll just have to see. But I'll report back one of these days whenever I get my hands on it.
Exactly. So for those super excited about Battlefield 1, EA is going to be doing daily live streams of Battlefield 1, showing off all the gameplay between the 12th and the 21st. So starting today, the day we record, they will do 2 hours a day on their Twitch page. And so you can twitch.com/battlefield. Sorry, twitch.tv/battlefield. And you can go check it out. So they'll have every map on display. Each mode will be played, including some of the newer ones, Operations and War Pigeons. And it'll be played by a bunch of people from the Battlefield community team and some special guests, they said.
Nice.
And so even though it comes out on the 21st, EA / Origin Access members can start playing on the 13th, which is the day this comes out tomorrow. So that's really early. So, and then those that buy the early Enlister edition can start playing it on the 18th, even though the game comes out on the 21st. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, really.
I like that. Go take it all in at Twitch.
Yeah, I can't wait to play Battlefield 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really surprised still how excited I am for that game because I've never really been into Battlefield.
Yeah, I like that. You're liking it, though.
Yeah.
What else you got, Chris?
Well, in one of those, hey, good try, but you kind of missed the mark a bit situations, we all know that the Xbox One has Red Dead Redemption via backwards compatibility. So if you own the game beforehand or if you purchase it 360 version, you can play it on your Xbox One. Well, the PlayStation 4 does not have Red Dead Redemption, but they do have PS2 classics. And you can play Red Dead Revolver, which is the little known first game in the series.
Yes.
And it's been fully 1080p up-rendered. It has trophy support. And I think it's about $12. It's not got anywhere near the acclaim that Red Dead Redemption does. But if you're wanting some Red Dead fix on your PS4, that's what you got. you've got Red Dead Revolver,
Nice.
the PS2 Up-Red Classic, for about $12.
Nice.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. Yeah. I know that's right. I was just clicking around and found this top 10 worst video game movies.
Oh, sweet.
On the
It just says see all.
Yeah, exactly.
Business Insider. Well, this is the top 10. So we're down, it's the top 10.
I think I know what number one is.
Do you? Because
I have a guess once we get there.
I've never even heard of it.
All right, well, let's get there.
Oh, wow.
Never mind.
All right.
So it's not Super Mario Brothers.
Exactly. So 10, Mortal Kombat Annihilation from 97.
Okay.
Number 9, Max Payne.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wasn't that Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these are not numbered. I'm just numbering them myself, but so I don't know if they're actually in this order, but it's in this order in the thing. So I'll just guessing. 10, 9, 8, Super Mario Brothers.
See, I thought that was going to be number one.
I thought that'd be way up there.
Yeah, but you got to listen to some of these other ones.
All right, keep going.
Number 7, Wing Commander.
What?
You remember? Exactly.
It was a Wing Commander.
Right. Freddie Prinze Jr.
What?
Oh,
right.
Lord.
Exactly. 6, Doom.
See, I didn't think Doom was super horrible. I mean, it was campy fun.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was all right.
5, Street Fighter, 1994.
Yeah, that was bad.
Was it?
They had Jean-Claude Van Damme play Guile. Come on.
Yeah, and when Guile supposed to be all-American?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, what's more
He's wearing a
all-American than Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Exactly. Isn't that
Right.
one part of his name that's all-American?
No.
Well, maybe Van.
Yeah. Yeah. His name was Jean Van down by the river. Yeah.
Exactly.
4, Double Dragon.
Wow.
You guys remember that?
I didn't remember
I
it was a
don't remember
movie.
Double Dragon movie.
I don't remember Double Dragon at all.
Scott Wolf, Alyssa
Double
Milano.
Dragon, the game was awesome.
Yeah, it was. 3, House of the Dead. Remember that? 2003.
Was that what's the guy's name? Looks like a hard rocker that makes all those scary movies.
Oh, Rob Zombie. I don't
Yeah, was that him?
He made House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, okay.
Gosh,
Yeah, a little bit
get right
different.
in.
Just a little bit different.
Was that 3? Did I say 3? 2,
Yeah.
Alone in the Dark.
Is that a game? I've never heard of
Alone in the Dark? Yeah, that's the game.
Okay.
This one has Christian Slater in it, looks like.
What?
Right. And then number 1, I'd never even heard of this, but I get maybe it's a Postal.
Hostel?
Postal, like going postal.
Oh, Postal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Postal.
Oh,
Yeah,
Postal.
it says based on a series of bad PC action games that try to be as offensive as possible.
Yeah.
Never heard of the game or the
Yikes.
movie.
So they've got,
Nope.
they say it's just got so much bad stuff, awkward celebrity camos, homophobia, racism, Hitler jokes.
Yeah, Postal was one of those games that got a lot of buzz when it came out, just for the controversy factor, because it was after, a bunch of postmen had gone crazy and had shooting sprees, like back in the day when that was a thing. The game came out shortly after that and was just
Offensive.
They did everything they could to be as offensive as possible, and so it would get in the news like, "Moms are protesting this new game, Postal," and it was one of those kinds of things. I never played it, but
I just thought it was funny because I was like, man, because I was with you guys. I was like, oh, yeah, Super Mario's got to be number 1. And then you start reading these other ones and you're like, oh, no, there are worse ones? Golly. They've made some terrible, terrible video game movies. You got anything else, Chris?
Just the last little thing is just kind of a fun little story. But the PlayStation UK made, kind of to celebrate Tomb Raider's 20th anniversary and the new version of the game releasing on the PlayStation 4, they made some old, so PlayStation 4, The Rise of the Tomb Raider, the game, but it's inside a PS1 style jewel case. And it comes with a booklet and it has the art on the back of it. Then when you open it up, the disc on the inside is a PS4 disc, but it looks amazing. And apparently they just made, a set number of them and they're giving them away like to press that are coming to these different events. And there's all these people screaming on Twitter like,
one so
let
bad.
me buy this. I want to give you money.
Yeah.
And as of right now, they're just like being quiet and saying nothing. They're not saying that they're going to sell them or anything, but some of those press copies are going to end up on eBay and they're going to be going for a lot. Because I'm with you, Gabe. This looks awesome. Oh my gosh, they're so good. I mean, with the booklet and everything that you can actually flip through. And it's got the old multicolored PS logo.
Yes.
It just looks so cool. I would love to have one.
Right when I saw that, I was like, no, we have to talk about that.
Oh my gosh, yes. I want one so bad.
It looks, please, everybody go. They first put it on their Twitter, PlayStation UK. So at PlayStation UK has the pictures of this throwback. And it's just like, for those of us that played the PS1 and just lived for that case and just know it's, because it's just a regular jewel case. Like every other CD came in is before they were doing, the special DVD cases. And it just took me down nostalgia lane for sure.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
awesome.
I'm right there with you.
Oh man, you out?
I'm out.
Me too. Eduardo,
Yes, sir.
what is going down on the YouTube channel?
Over on the YouTubes, we've got a little Forza Horizon 3 free roam, Transformers Devastation, parts 1 through 4.
What? That's crazy.
buddy. Did you like it?
Yeah.
I did have fun with it. After dogging, I said it at the top too. I was like, listen, we've probably unfairly dogged this game on our podcast without anybody have playing it, so I'm just going to play it. And it actually it kind of was fun. It really was. I don't know if I'll keep playing it.
Yeah.
But I might.
Nice.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm still planning to give it a shot once I get some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to play some 2K, and I was like, I'll play some Transformers.
It was awesome to see that
Nice.
up there. I did not expect that.
Me either.
I didn't
I know.
either.
Yeah, I didn't either. When he messaged us and was like, some Transformers is coming, I was like, what?
It was so random.
Did you watch
Yeah,
any
it
of it,
was.
Ed?
Autobots roll out.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was going to see what anybody
I don't know
thought of
anything
it.
about the Transformers, so I just
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I know it's my childhood, but I don't really know
Yeah.
the lore or anything like that.
yeah.
I know I own the movie, and I used to watch it over and over and over again, but that doesn't really,
Oh yeah.
That's so funny.
It sounds like Transformers,
you got
though.
the touch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
It
Like
looks
the
like
voice acting and everything. I was like, this sounds just like them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
I
the whole
know,
big
it's
thing.
awesome.
The main thing that people really love about it is they're like, wow, it feels like you're playing the show back in the day.
Yes.
Like the look and
Yeah.
feel and everything.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I was playing it like there's no way these are the same guys, right? I mean, it's like 30 years
think
removed.
they are.
No way, really?
Yeah, I think they.
Yeah, because
That's cool.
they used the
Optimus
same guy
definitely.
that does the voice for Optimus Prime in the movies, so he's still around.
Yep.
Oh, he sounds better on this than he does in the movies, I feel like.
Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
We got some Lego Dimensions Ghostbusters Part 5 through 8. Sarah and I played the Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens DLC that dropped Poe's Quest for Survival.
How was it?
Short.
Oh, really?
Really short, yeah. We were both kind of surprised about that. It was fun, but it was definitely short.
Like short enough to where she stayed awake?
Yeah, she didn't even have a chance to fall asleep.
Yeah, right.
Man, I really wanted to sleep during this
I
game.
know,
Right.
Overwatch is up there.
Oh yeah, we did a crazy hold with me, Gil, and Lim, the bad gamer, and
Yeah,
and we both were like, oh yeah, we can. The PlayStation records this automatically, and so I edited together from both of our views, and you can hear us kind of chatting.
that's
it
so
up.
cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love
time.
that.
Speaking of which, we gotta set up that rematch with the bad gamer
Oh yes,
and the
yeah,
Rage
the
of the Games
res,
community
the
and the
res
Res TV
crew.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get that happening.
Man, they have like a podcast now about. We're gonna get owned this next time. They
It
have
don't
a new
matter, man. I don't
podcast
back down from a fight.
that's all about Overwatch.
Right.
It's gonna be unfair for sure.
And then if you wondered if we played any Mafia,
Yeah.
Mafia 3
Not at
parts
all.
1 through 31,
Oh my god,
which is
Yeah,
over
buddy.
10 hours of Mafia 3 footage.
it
is
is
up there.
awesome. Good job, Ed.
Good for you,
So
man.
there you go.
Yeah, good
Great
job.
work.
Looking at our top 10 videos, combining average
It's
watch
gonna
time
be
and
all
views.
Ed for sure.
No,
Oh my
no,
gosh, yeah.
we don't know.
Yes, I'm pretty positive it's gonna be all Ed.
October 4th through the 10th, number 10, Lego Dimensions Ghostbusters Part 2.
I told you.
Number 9, Gabe and Chris react to Resident
What?
Evil 7.
No
there
way.
you go.
Who was
Yeah.
watching that?
Hanging
Still
in
in the
there.
top 10,
Hanging
baby.
in there.
I did send that link to somebody just because they had not seen the Resident Evil trailer at all,
Oh, right.
and so maybe that one
They watched it a lot.
pushed us into the 9th spot.
Number 8, our old friend Ori and the Blind Forest Part 14, Thornfeld Swamp.
Thornfeld Swamp.
Oh man, that's getting worse.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
I blame the internet delay.
I think it's intentionally getting
Yeah.
worse.
Number 7, Lego Dimensions Ghostbusters Part 1. Number 6, Lego Dimensions The A-Team Part 3.
Nice.
Number 5, Mafia 3 Part 1. This changes everything.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Number 4, Explorers Wanted BioWare
What?
Contest, Gabe Patillo.
No way.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, they're still watching that.
Way to go, mercenary.
Hopefully it's BioWare watching it over and over and over
I
again.
know.
Like, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know,
know, right?
man. Maybe, right? This guy, I mean, we
Just-
should get a black guy this time.
Just passing it around internally. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Number 3, Mafia 3 Part 10, Free the Strung Out Girls,
Oh.
which I
All
usually
right,
Is
the
that
first part
Is that self-titled or is that their title?
that's their title.
Is it really?
It
It's a
really
title.
is, yeah.
That's the title of our episode this week.
That sounds
Save
like
the strung out girl.
that sounds like an Ed title to me.
It's funny because usually the first part in a series does really well and it kind of falls off after that. And I was like, Sarah,
Yeah.
part 10, Free the Strung Out Girls is the one getting the watch, the views.
That's great.
Number 2, Lego Dimensions, the A-Team Part 4. And number 1 for the second week in a row, Lego Dimensions, the A-Team Part 1.
Nice.
Nice.
Hold it down.
Good job, Eduardo.
Random.
Back to back.
I know, right?
Yeah, man.
I like it. Oh my gosh. Is it my turn?
Tis.
It's your turn.
Oh shoot, I'm so tired I didn't even look it up. Dang it. Stand by. Bring, bring.
Let's practice our
Yeah,
saying.
there it is.
Don't bounce, swap. Let's practice that. Get it down.
Yes.
Let's practice that and get it down.
Let's practice
That's
it.
funny. I'm sitting here just listening to the show, having fun.
Gabe's like, wait,
Doing something?
Sadie, here's something outside.
Exactly. Hold on. I think there's a raccoon. There might be a clown in my backyard.
That's
Oh,
right.
creepy clown.
Hey, man, you never know.
You do know. Oh, did I not post it? Did I not post the question of the week? I thought I did.
Thorn fail swamp.
I love that.
Oh my gosh.
I love you, Chris.
That's really funny.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, each week we ask you guys a question. Last week was a little different because I totally forgot to put it on Twitter. I was too busy being a single dad.
There you go.
Yes, you were.
That's my excuse, even though Jenny was in town by time I usually would put it up on Twitter. I try to aim for every Monday, and
Oh, there you go.
yeah, I failed our whole community. I'm so sorry. Sometimes
all right.
people use hashtag answer MTTG anyway and answer the question, but that did not happen this time. But the question was, what is your favorite tabletop game? Here's a reason you should be on our forums because the question's always there every week.
Yeah.
I am Drew. I've got a couple. For your standard board game, I love Risk. I'm also a big fan of
good one.
Strat-O-Matic Baseball and Sports Illustrated Pro Football,
Huh. Never heard of those.
a.k.a. Play Dirt. My dad and his friends have been playing in a league where they have also made up teams for the game since the 60s.
Wow.
And lastly, a group of my friends and I got into Dungeons and Dragons with 5th edition, and we love it. We regret
Nice.
not playing it since high school. Man, I do not regret not getting beat up in high school.
Little D&D goes a long way.
I've never played Dungeons and
Neither have
Dragons.
I
I.
never did play it either.
So good.
Never did, or you have now, or you have
No,
never.
I've never played it at all.
Yeah.
Man, when I was a kid, there was no way my parents were going to let me play that. There was
Oh,
no
really?
way.
Yeah, that's true.
No way.
I had some friends that played it, and like he was a dungeon master and everything. So I would play. I think a few times now and then, and it was fun. Like I remember there were some long nights that we played it.
So,
Nice.
But you got to be pretty good at like improv and creating, and because aren't you
Yeah,
making
like,
stuff
if
up
you're-
the whole time? Or
Yeah, if you're a dungeon master, you have to plan it all out and do all this stuff, and yeah, I think you have to be a little impromptu about stuff too.
and that's kind of like just for, I don't know, for people that haven't played it, like it's kind of what the kids are playing on the beginning of Stranger Things. They're playing
that's-
something
that's
like
what they're
Dungeons
playing.
and Dragons.
Oh, is it
Dungeons-
not actually Dungeon Dragon? I thought it was. I just didn't know.
Probably copyright
I have
issues.
no idea.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably why they never say the name of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What were you gonna say, Ed?
They say it in the last episode, I know. So I think it is what they're
That it
playing.
was Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, the mom mentions it or something.
Spoiler alert. Oh, Ed.
Oh, now I'm not going to watch it. I'm not
snap.
finishing. Way to go.
Tigsta, as a child of the 70s, many Saturdays were spent playing cards, spades, tunk, and rummy. Ooh, I love spades. I love
Yeah,
it.
me too.
Our family always played Monopoly and Life. Yeah, Monopoly.
Yep.
I used to put houses on the properties I bought. No one landed on them. I always landed on theirs. I mortgaged my properties. I went broke. I hate Monopoly. Well, not really.
There you go.
Greg Legg, if I had to pick one personal favorite, it's probably Robo Rally. It really depends on your mood and the group we're with, though. Ticket to Ride, especially Europe, Settlers of Catan, I'm guessing. Carcassonne? I've never heard it. Carcassonne. Power Grid, even Twilight Imperium 3, if we're really feeling ambitious. Although it's been years since we've tried that one. Twilight Imperium? Huh. I never heard of that.
I don't know that one.
Fluxel Power Grid is by far my favorite. We have 3 to 4 tabletop games starting in the fall, and we've played Power Grid at most of them. We have 3 or 4 tabletop game days starting in the fall. That's what it is. All right. Oh, Ed jumped in there. He said, that's a great game. My brother-in-law introduced it to us, and we play it every year over our Christmas break. Power Grid.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I can't explain it.
It is fun, though? It's great?
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. It looks like you're going to play Risk, but you're not really playing Risk, but it's like a big map game, sort of.
Nice.
I don't know. Oh, cool.
I just sold everyone on it. I know.
Yeah, thank you.
Salesman Ed over here.
I cannot wait to see the commissions from that just pour in.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's right.
This show is brought to you by some game, I think, called Power Grid.
It's just, I can't explain it, but it's
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Just trust me.
Spam Humbug said, I'm going to have to go with Star Wars Escape from the Death Star. Produced in 1977 by Kenner, it's based on the second act of Star Wars A New Hope. You play as Han, Leia, Chewie, Luke, and have to escape from, or those all have dashes, so maybe it's one of those. And you have to escape from the Death Star after first stealing the station plans and then battling your way past TIE fighters. Honorable mention, Hero Quest. Nice. I've never heard of that. That's great. Thank you guys for answering the question. You know where to find us. Facebook.com/Married to the Games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Of course, you come check out the YouTube channel, marriedtothegames.com. Check out the forum. We talking over there. Sign up, because if I forget on Twitter, it's going to be on the forum. Man, I'm tired. Shoot. I'm trying to hold it together and be professional, and it's not working.
You got this.
Okay.
I feel like I'm diving off and like heading into some weird. Ed.
Some weird. Rate us on iTunes, leave a review, and next week the episode will come out in a PS jewel case.
I want that one.
Yeah, I know that's right.
There'll be a lot of people wanting that one.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into some questions.
Let's get into some questions, shall we? We're starting with email, and we're starting with our weekly boy, Lucas Ham. Buenos dias to you, my hombres, and happy Spanish language day today.
Ooh.
Now, while I would be interested to hear from your repertoire of Spanish vocab, I actually thought one of the other 15 holidays today would be more fitting to discuss.
Ooh.
Especially since Chris was recently robbed of his PSVR pre-order.
Aw.
So, happy International Moment of Frustration Scream Day.
What?
Whether it is because of long load times or cheap deaths in gaming, discussions about politics or religion, traffic confrontations, or simply stepping on sharp children's toys that should have been put away.
Amen.
We all have a reason to scream from time to time.
Yes.
So be honest, what last made you scream, and what are the best ways you find to cope when you want to lose your cool?
Oh, that's a great question, Lucas Hamswisher.
It is a great question. Mm-hmm.
We need to meet that guy.
Yeah, we need to. He's too bad he's in Brazil right now.
I know, right? When he comes back stateside.
Yeah.
We need to rate us on iTunes so we can fly down to Brazil and meet Lucas Ham.
Exactly. Lucas Ham and the mighty Paolo.
And the mighty Paolo.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a good question. The toys thing has definitely happened recently.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Man,
Chris. Yeah, Tim.
I was going to say, I have had a dad moment where Piper was just acting the fool, and I was just like, stop. Like, I had to grab her by her shoulders, look at her, and just be like, stop. You know, you had to like clench your teeth, and you're like, stop it right
stop
now.
Being a crazy person. We didn't raise you to be like this.
Right.
So it's all like when I do that, or even when and Gabe, I'm with you. I don't know if you still have your pinch theory, but my pinch theory still works great. Like instead of spanking, I pinch.
Yep.
And I pinch on the back of the leg, and Lauren hates that, but it's effective and it works.
Yeah, but what would she have you do otherwise?
Exactly. Like her spank is like a little tap, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna work. So I'm like, so I always go in for the kill. But here's the thing.
She's like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. I'm gonna give you a bunch of candy.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'll keep doing it then.
Exactly. So I think it's important that when you do lose your cool, and if it's especially with somebody, and with my daughter, I like any type of disciplinary action, whether it's a pinch, a yell, or anything, like 2 to 3 minutes later, you go back to them, you give them a hug and a kiss, and say, look, I love you, but there's a reason why I pinched you, because you were acting up or you weren't being good, and that's why.
And Chris Rock told me that my job is to keep you off the pole. And this is all about that.
Keep you off the pole, baby. Amen to that. Can we get a T-shirt on that one, please?
I love that.
We need a T-shirt on that, please.
Gosh.
My number one job, keep you off the pole.
Right.
I love it. So there you go.
Chris?
The last thing I got frustrated about was the PSVR cancellation.
Yes,
I know that's right.
But I didn't scream or yell or do anything. Obviously, I mean, I was at work. So in my head, I was screaming like, are you kidding me? And how'd this happen? And blah, blah, blah. As far as dealing with frustration, I just have to take a walk or cool down, or just like think about it. Like if I'm by myself, let's say I'm just at the house and, something happens or I, stub a toe or whatever, I'll say a curse word and I don't care what anybody says. It actually makes me feel better.
There's scientific proof, right?
It does, yeah. Like if I say, let's say, oh, shoot, or I say something more colorful, the more colorful version, I feel better. I don't know why.
The more colorful, the more you feel better.
I know.
Amen,
it might all be in my head. I know you're saying there's science, and I'll stick to that next time it happens, but...
No, there is science that says that when you curse, it helps better than holding it in.
It's more gratifying.
I'm glad there's such a science.
I don't know that I don't know if it's specific to curse words or just the fact that you let something out. So I don't know. It's probably just letting it out. But of course they spin it to, I think the thing I saw was like cursing helps pain. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I am definitely one of those people where I feel like letting it out is the better thing to do. I mean, obviously there's a time and a place and it depends all on your situation and where you are. But if like you're just at home or just working in the garage and something you're trying to fix something on your car and you can't get it. I'm all for like letting out some frustration. You will feel better.
If you're at church and you check the score real quick.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not so much that.
Blankety bleepity blank Titans.
Amen.
In a good way.
Exactly. Even though they won this last week, which is rare.
Yes, thank you. They won.
Yes, thank you. Uh-huh. Eduardo.
Probably the last thing that made me scream was Recore.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But again, it was just on the inside.
It was all on the inside.
Well, there's a lot of just what is usually what I.
Yeah, I did that a couple times with BioShock 2. I was like, "What? Come on!"
Yeah,
sometimes that's the only question to ask is what.
What and come on. That's what I'd say.
Are those your two, Router?
Oh yeah, well, throw in a few other curse words in there in between, but yeah, I am from the Northeast, so yeah, it's what? Come on.
And then he starts pinching his controller.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I pinch my controls, but then 5 minutes later, I love it and hug it and give it a kiss and say,
"Don't you do that again, controller."
I do it because I don't want you on the pole.
Right. Ed, is yours the what thing?
Yeah, probably.
And then how do you deal with major frustration?
I quit. And I feel better.
Also an effective way of doing it.
He just walks away. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's
Ed takes his ball. Ed takes his ball and goes home.
That's right.
Love it.
Right.
I love it. Oh, that's great. We got everybody? Did we get through everybody?
I'm trying to think of the last time I don't yell either. But I think that, let's see, frustration. I don't know. I mean,
there had to be something from this past week.
I know, right? I don't know. Just, life just kind of, can happen, and
man.
I don't. I can't pinpoint something. I mean, I've definitely stepped on a toy or something like that, but again, I bottle it, so I'm like, oh,
yeah.
But there was definitely some times that I was playing NBA 2K last week. And it was rubber banding so bad where none of my guys could even make a layup. And I was like, are you freaking kidding
I
me?
hate that. I know. I hate that.
Oh, I forgot something in my update.
Hit it.
I wanted to say this only because it was really cool this week. So Friday, the new Bruno Mars dropped.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, yeah.
And that song is really great. And
So nice.
my buddy Byron is all over the song playing the talk box.
Oh, no way.
No way.
He's the whole intro.
Is that Mr.
Get out.
Talkbox?
Byron, Mr. Talkbox Chambers. He was with Toby Mac and Diversity City for like
Yeah, that's
3
awesome.
years. And I had no idea he was on the song. And then
That's awesome.
And then when it dropped, I was looking for it because I knew it was coming. And I was like, oh, I got to go hear the new Bruno Mars. And right when it started up, I was like, oh! I was like, that's got to be Byron. And
That's
so
awesome.
I called him. I texted him. I was like, dude, is this you on the new Bruno Mars? He just sent me a smiley emoji and then a thumbs up.
Nice.
I was like, yes.
That's so cool.
That's
So
great,
I'm so
man.
proud of Byron. So that helped my frustration. Because
There you
like
go.
listening to music, and actually, even though I can get frustrated playing video games, that really does help. Like there's been a couple times where like if me and Jenny get in a tiff or something like that, I just like walk straight to the PlayStation. I do not
Nice.
pass go. I do not collect $200.
Yeah, I
Straight
do
to the
enjoy that.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
And even then, like even within the game, like if you get frustrated, like being able to just take a breath and then solve what you're stuck on, or like
Yes.
get it done, it is gratifying, and then you feel so much better.
Right.
Mhm.
That's one other place where multiplayer really comes in handy. 'Cause
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you get frustrated. It's like the other day or last week, I was watching the Cowboys game and it wasn't over yet. And I said, either the Cowboys are going to win and I'm going to vent my frustration by shooting other Guardians in the face, or they're going to win and I'm going to celebrate by shooting other Guardians in the face.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
It works for both.
Yep.
Right. But you guys ended up winning, right?
Oh, yeah. We
Freaking
rolling,
dads,
baby.
man. Yeah, you guys really are. How about them boys?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, man.
Good question.
Dak, baby. That's why Dak's a man. All
Yeah,
right,
he is.
moving on to Facebook. Eric Green. We never really hear you guys talk about Nintendo anymore, unless it's an NX rumor. Do you think Nintendo has burned too many bridges with the Wii U to truly be successful with their next console?
Ooh.
No, they could absolutely bounce back.
Yep.
But I do truly feel like if they don't hit the nail on the head with the NX, I do think they're going to have lost a bunch of people like for good. I mean, there's always another generation up and coming, but it's like right now is the sweet spot of all the people who have Nintendo nostalgia,
Yep.
that grew up with it, that have all this fondness and love for Nintendo,
Yep.
are like they're waning, and they're like, you got to hit me with something good, because if you don't, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then once they're
Yeah,
out,
this is-
like new people don't have as much desire for that. I mean, all my nephews that have been playing games now are just starting to play games. They want PlayStations. They want Xbox. They don't want
Yep.
Nintendo.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to hit that crowd that doesn't have that nostalgia.
Yeah. You've got to win the new people. You can't live off nostalgia forever.
Yeah, they're definitely like, I feel like I'm in a battered relationship with the Nintendo because I'm like, stop. I mean, okay, you say
Yeah.
you love me for real? You sorry?
Yeah.
And so like, I feel like I always want to see them do good. So I'm always just waiting like, come on, baby, come on. And then,
Yeah.
something
Mhm.
comes out and I'm either, really happy or greatly disappointed. There's no like
Yeah.
in between for me with Nintendo. It's like, it's definitely peaks and
Yeah.
valleys. I'm never like, oh, okay. I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, the new Mario Kart. Or I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, everything else about the Wii U.
Right.
I am definitely done with Nintendo, I think.
Oh, snap. You've made the decision.
I made the decision. Like the Wii U it was a good purchase for a little bit, played some Mario Kart, and I don't buy any games for it. I don't really focus on it. It has literally been sitting here, and that little light just keeps blinking, and I just ignore it. I haven't touched it. I'm not really excited about the NX anymore, and I think I'm pretty much done, and I'll just stick with my Xbox One and PS4.
I feel like, he kind of mentioned we don't really mention it unless it's about the NX, and I feel like they haven't really done anything to merit talking about. Like,
Yeah.
even when we knew the new consoles were coming out, there were still a lot of great games to talk about in the meantime.
Mhm.
And I feel like now, really, that's all there is to talk about is what's coming up, because I don't know what they've got going on that there's just not a whole lot that they've put out that was really struck a chord with me.
I have not bought a single Wii U game.
No.
Like I got the Luigi bundle.
No.
I got the Luigi bundle. I haven't even played that, and then I got Mario Kart, played the mess out of that, and then that was it. I'm done.
Well, the Wii U was just a huge like missed opportunity after missed opportunity. Because not only was there the issue with the naming convention, which just confused people, and then there was, whether you love it or hate it, most people didn't really care for the hardware and the way that it operated. I know some people really love like the gamepad, and it works out great for them. And that's
I do like the gamepad, actually.
But then on top of that, they burned so many bridges with third parties to where it was relying just on them, and they just weren't putting out games. Their games were taking forever. And I know there's been a lot of talk about their strategy for the NX is they're going to have a ton of launch games, and they're going to be pumping out a lot of games. They're trying to woo back, at least from rumors, third-party developers and everything like that. But it's like when you like shoot or get rid of the third-party developers, like shoot them in the foot, and then it's just on you, and then you're not putting out games on a system that's already struggling. It's like you're just getting negative after negative after negative. Yeah. They really didn't have a shot with the Wii U. They really didn't set themselves up. So the NX is going to have to be their springboard to launching back into greatness. And it could be. It very well could be. As I've said many times, I'm super interested in whatever the NX is. I'm not saying right now I'm going to get it, but I'm definitely interested and open to seeing what it is, what it costs, and then we'll go from there. But I haven't played. I had for a very brief period because Stacy had a Wii when we got married, and we had one for a couple months before we gave it to my nephew. But that's outside of that. The last Nintendo console I owned and or played was the N64.
Yeah.
So I just
and that's one.
It's just
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it's just not. They don't put out anything that compels me, really.
Yeah. That's one thing I appreciate, especially about you, Gabe, is that I know you're a huge Nintendo fan and you love them, but you're not so blinded that you can't realize when there are faults.
Sure.
And I like that. I like that you still admit that, and it's not just like just because they're Nintendo, I love everything they do.
Yeah.
No,
and I appreciate that.
He's definitely in a rocky relationship with Nintendo. Yeah. That's for sure. There's a lot of ups and like any relationship.
We on the ropes.
Yeah, on the ropes.
And I mean, there
sure.
are those people who absolutely love the Wii U. Like, it works great for them. And that's awesome. There's nothing to detract from people who love the Wii U.
Right.
But it's just the vast majority of people do not feel that way, and there's very valid reasons why they don't.
Yeah.
So NX is going to have to be their saving grace.
I think, too, another reason we don't talk about it is just because, like, everything is just rumor and speculation. If you look this week, you run against like the name change. People are thinking that it's got a new name and that it's being called the Duo and that the price has been leaked and that's $300. And it's like, I mean, we can say all this stuff again and again and again, but it's just like, it just gets a little old after a little bit when they're not coming out with anything clear. And so you're like, nobody still knows what it is, what it does. We kind of know that it's this maybe portable thing that how does it work? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I don't know, man.
Yep. With you.
We will all find out in due time.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it moving. Brett T. Bodden, what do you think is the greatest strength of consoles in this generation over last generation other than graphics? I played through Gears of War 1 through 3 for the first time this weekend, and when I picked up and played Gears of War 4 today, I was immediately struck with how much better the sound mixing, score, cinematography, frame rate, etc.
Cinematography.
Cinematography.
I can't wait till the Emmy comes out for cinematography.
Cinematography.
Cinematrodor.
Yeah, exactly. Burninating the countryside. Burninating the peasants.
Anyway, but what stuck out the most was the voice acting. In my opinion, the greatest strength in this generation is the quality of voice acting, and it will only get better when Gabe lands his role in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Gosh, stop it. Oh, Lord.
Thank you, Brett. And honestly, I totally agree with him. I think it has been great to hear like just incredibly good voice acting, natural, just really everything sounds really good. Uncharted 4 was just fantastic that way. Like it was just such a good, well thought out, and it's just flowed. It was very natural, and I agree with him. I think voice acting's been awesome, and that's one of the great strengths right now.
I think one of the things that video games have done well is move with entertainment when it comes to storytelling. I think it'd be very easy to get stuck in your ways in the way you tell a story. So if you watch Cinderella or Snow White, those movies move so slowly, and it really gives you a snapshot of what storytelling was 40 and 50 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like gaming's done really good with keeping up with the times and being able to still tell a really compelling story. Now, they do have longer than a movie does to set up and stuff like that, but you watch like the first 10 minutes of Up, and that's like a master's class of storytelling in a short amount of time.
Absolutely.
Using 0 words. But
Absolutely.
I think that gaming has done the same thing where, where the stories, I think stories have always been great. There's always been great stories in gaming. But I think the storytelling has also been something that's, I think, come a long way and is still really, really good.
I agree, man.
So maybe I'm misinterpreting the question, but I took it more as to be, what is this generation? What's something that it can be done that couldn't be done the last one? And so that's what makes it better? Is that not really the way?
No, it's really, what's the greatest strength of this gen's consoles right now? Like, besides, other than graphics, like, what is the strength of the consoles? Like, what stands out to you?
What I don't take that. I think everything that you said about, better voice acting, potentially, depending on how you look at it, better stories is all accurate. But I don't, in my opinion, that has nothing to do with the console generation. That's just,
it's good gaming.
As time goes by, things get better. That's just always the way it's going to be regardless. So to me, the way that I kind of interpret and want to answer the question is specific to the consoles themselves. What I think they do way better than the previous generation is all the ability to share everything with your friends. Not only just like the share button,
that's great,
but you can stream directly from the device. You can
great point,
things like share play, where you can connect with friends and then hand off the controls to them, or you can let them try out a game or watch you play it while you're in there, both chatting. The ability to have community and really interact with each other. I think that definitely was there in the last generation. Like you can form a party and you could talk to people, but it's just been taken up exponentially this generation. And I feel like it's just going to continue to get even better. That's one of the biggest things this console generation brings is the interconnectability between everybody.
Yeah, that connectivity I think is huge. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Ed?
I'm going to actually piggyback on Gabe's and just say the storytelling. I just like the way that the story has, in a lot of ways, really taken center stage. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think it speaks to just to Chris's point, and I wasn't clear on this, but it speaks to the power of the machine that you're able to use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I was an amazing driver, I could do so much in a Honda Civic from '87.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you gave me a brand new Audi, you know what I'm saying, that much more would the skill be able to come out. So storytelling to me isn't always held back by graphics because we've had amazing stories, but because the consoles have gotten so powerful and they're able to have so many tools at their discretion, I think it just, enhances that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good question.
You can't forget that cinematography either. I mean, that's the way it goes. All right, hey, we're gonna speed run Twitter at Jamin Bissett. What is the hardest game you ever beat, and how about the easiest game you ever quit?
Oh gosh, that's a great question.
Right? That's a double dose of
Yeah, that hurt my brain just then.
Jeez.
The hardest game I ever beat, the easiest game I ever quit.
Yep.
Oof.
I would say a lot of the free games that I don't necessarily quit them. I just don't play them anymore.
Right.
Like I tried a few times. I'm like, nah, I don't like this. And I just stopped playing.
I think the easiest game I quit was probably Zelda, the first Zelda. And I know that Zelda's not an easy game, but what I'm saying is now it's easy. Like I can look up guides and look up maps and be able to go exactly where I need to go just so I can get through it. Because I kind of went through this phase where I wanted to just beat it just to say I played a Zelda, and I didn't. And so I was like, I'm not playing this anymore. And so I would say that's probably the easiest game I ever quit. Chris, you got one? I have to think about the other one.
Well, easiest game, I'm going to say easy, at least in the beginning, because that's usually when I quit them, but pretty much any puzzle game.
Yeah.
Like, if it's just puzzles, it's like, oh, connect these dots, and nope, now there's a few more dots you got to connect. Oh, how are you going to get around this dot? I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
We get it.
I'm with you.
I'll always go in thinking, hey, I just need something to kind of kill time. Usually it's on my phone. I'll be like, I'm going to find some new game, and yeah, it's a puzzle, but I just need something I can kind of do, And I never stick with them because I'm just like, this is all right. I'm done with this.
Yep. I'm with you on that.
They
Some
definitely
puzzlers
get harder later on, but I usually don't stick around long enough to get to the hard part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the hardest game I ever, sorry to cut in. I just thought
No, go ahead. I don't have an answer for the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think one of the God of Wars, I struggled through just because the boss battles get so crazy. I want to say maybe that, or like, I don't know. I'm not super smart. So the fact that I got to beat XCOM a couple times, I was like, yeah, I felt good about myself on that one. Oregon Trail. Anytime you make it to Oregon, you're like, no way I made it to Oregon right now.
Right.
Oh, the trail. You guys?
I can't think of any game that is like viewed by the collective community, if you will, as a hard game that I beat. I can't think of
Oh,
one.
I beat The Simpsons in the arcade.
Ooh, nice.
wow.
Yeah,
There
that's
you go.
good. That's good.
That was hard.
Wow.
And we
I
beat
beat
it.
that game too, but it took me way, way, way longer than probably did you.
But did you do it in the arcade or at home?
I know I beat it at home. I couldn't do it in the arcade. I never was able to stay at the arcade long enough to do it.
Exactly. I think I went through like $4,
Nice.
25 cents at a time.
Yeah.
Ryan.
So it might have been $5. I'm not completely sure. But yeah, I'm going to go with The Simpsons.
Nice.
I'm going to go with Dragon's Lair 2.
What?
Ooh.
That's the
Just
easiest
because-
game you ever quit?
No, that's the hardest game I ever.
game.
Because
Dude,
there's
I'm
no way I
with
would have
you.
beat that in the arcade.
I
Really?
am with you on that.
Yeah.
That game is ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, it was so. I
If you did-
struggled.
Yeah. If you didn't have all those indicators, man, I don't know how you would have done it in the arcade. I wouldn't have.
I only beat it because when you play it now, it has the little arrows that literally tell you
Light
which way
up.
to move. Yeah, because
Exactly.
otherwise I'd have no clue what to do.
Yeah,
Yep.
it probably was learned for me now that I think about it. Like I played it so much as a kid that it
Yeah.
just became like I just knew where I was going a half second
Right.
before it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Router, you got one? BioShock 2?
I don't. I mean,
Hardest game you ever beat?
No, I mean, I struggled with Dead Space 2.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I've
that's
said
right.
that before. I don't know about the easiest game, though.
Did you
So,
quit any of the Assassin's Creeds?
No.
You quit 3.
Well,
didn't you?
No, I played through. That's the thing. Like, I try not to quit a game. I don't want to quit a game. I try and like play it through. Halo, there it is. And that's
Oh,
not necessarily the easiest game, but I definitely
quit that one.
I'm done with that one. Definitely. Sorry, Lighty. I'm sorry, man. I'm so
Yeah, you
sorry.
ain't got no love for Matt Lighty, man. Come on.
No, not at all. Let's move on. Chris, how are we on time?
Few minutes.
Few minutes. All right. At that Chalfie, what is something you didn't like but you now love because of your wife? Could be food, music, or even. I think he meant West Virginia, but he said, or even Virginia.
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure he meant West Virginia on that
That's so
one.
funny.
Something you didn't like but you now love because of your wife.
Avocado.
Besides your wife.
Nice.
Ooh, avocado. All right.
I'll just say cooking in general.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Chris?
I didn't hate dogs, but I never had one. Or I had one when I was really young. I was never really like a dog person, but she had a dog, and then I've just fell in love. And then, of course, we have Ellie now.
Yeah.
And so I've really enjoyed having that.
There you go.
Nice.
Tim?
Yeah, Lauren was the one that kind of pushed me into like getting a dog. I'd never had one either, and now they're awesome. So I mean, our current one, Daxton's a turd, but he's still he's part of the family, and we love him. So it's
Yeah.
great. So that's a good one.
He's
I like
the redheaded stepchild of y'all's family, for
He's
sure.
the redheaded stepchild of the family. Yep. We got everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
this final question. At Marvel Zombie 616. So it's October, and I'm watching 31 horror movies in 31 days.
Wow.
What are your favorite scary movies?
Ooh.
None
I
of
like. I know. I like.
No, that's
No.
right.
I take that back.
I like ones that like aren't blatantly like gory or gross. I mean, those are still fun, but like the one that stands out to me is Seven and
Oh,
like Silence
man.
of the,
Oh yeah.
and Silence of the
Was
Lambs.
that a scary movie?
I'd call
Seven?
that more suspense, not
Yeah.
scary.
You think so?
7 wasn't
Yeah,
scary. It's not like
probably.
you ever jumped or was scared.
No, it's not scary, but it's brutal.
It's just
Yeah,
intense.
it definitely
It is brutal.
And
It's intense for sure.
Those are the kind of movies that I actually get freaked out more about because it kind of sometimes it leaves it to your imagination, and sometimes you're just like, ooh, did not expect that, or that's
Right.
Yeah.
whew. It's
Your
because it's
imagination
more
is
real.
so much more powerful than anything you can see.
Right. So it's like when they leave that up to you, you're like, whoo, that freaked me out.
Yeah. Chris?
Yeah.
I don't have one. I don't watch scary movies. I'm not interested in them. I mean, I watched, like the Friday the 13th and the Nightmare on Elm Streets
Those
back
are
in the day. If I
classics,
watch
man,
those
yeah.
now, I can watch those now and I'm not scared of them. They're more like almost humorous in a way now.
Yeah.
So I can watch those and I could say one of those. But as far as a movie that's like I'm actually scared or like, my heart starts beating, that's not enjoyment to me.
What was
So
your
I don't
favorite
watch
ones
them.
of those? Those are still considered scary movies.
I don't even know. Like, I don't remember. Like, part 4 was the best one. I have no idea. It's just I've
gotcha.
seen some of them. I don't know which one's which.
The one where he kills the guy.
Yeah, the one where the guy dies in the dream.
The guy and or girl, either one.
Eduardo.
I'm like Tim, where I'm more afraid of when I can't see something, and I
Yep.
think the original Paranormal Activity did a fantastic job where you see nothing and you are freaked out the entire time.
Interesting.
Forget that movie.
And they just by using sound and making you wait, they did a great job of building that.
Thank you.
Anytime they do that kind of build up and then you still don't see it, that freaks me out even more. Yep, absolutely. I'm with you on that.
I would say I really enjoyed at the time because of everything that was going on. I really enjoyed. I can't say enjoyed because I don't like scary movies. I'm with Chris. Like I would never go see Paranormal Activity ever.
No.
Like you would have to pay me and get me drunk or something. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Hey, that's all happening. Let's do this, Ed.
But if I'm going to pick
doable.
games, movies I liked, I enjoyed. I don't even know if this counts, but at the time, I enjoyed Scream because of what was going on.
That was good.
I
That was
enjoyed
a good one.
being involved in the Blair Witch Project thing when that was going on.
That's another one. Yeah,
that's a good one.
And I think I liked The Ring when it came out.
okay,
nice.
right.
Just because it was
You know
like
what?
so
I'm going to
great.
take that back. I did kind of like The Ring. I totally forgot about that.
See, Chris?
I did kind of like
There
The
you
Ring.
go.
Oh, jumping
There
to
you go.
conclusions.
But I watched it in the middle of the day with all the lights on. I was like, yeah, whatever. That's not so scary.
Yeah, I ain't even
That's
got a
right.
VHS tape.
That's right.
right.
So I think
Totally forgot about The Ring.
those three stand out as like you left the theater like that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Blair Witch is the same thing, just assaulted your imagination.
Yeah.
That's another one where you saw nothing really, but it was
How'd you lose the
Freaking
map? You
out.
lost the map?
Right.
Gosh. I just remember being like stressed out watching that movie.
Yeah. It was stressful.
All the handprints on the wall.
And like I
Yeah.
saw it before it was totally faked. Like
Yeah.
you know, I still kind of saw it when it was like, hey, they found this tape and turned it into a movie. And
Yeah, I saw it
Exactly.
launch night in the theater because in high school I was a lot braver than I am now.
oh,
Yeah,
well, why
you
didn't you
are.
say Blair Witch?
Well, because I still
did.
didn't. It wasn't like I was like, oh, that was the most fun I've ever had. That was when I started realizing I don't really like this.
You started making that slow turn.
Yeah.
Great question. Thank you
That's
guys
it.
so
Thanks,
much.
everybody, for the questions. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
The question of the week for you guys is what superhero needs more attention in gaming? It can be a superhero that's not really been in games or a superhero that hasn't had a game at all. But what superhero in your mind needs more attention in gaming? Router.
I think the Flash would be cool.
There you go.
I think the Flash would be because like I'm thinking of elements kind of like Second Son where it's like that speed. Like I think that could be really interesting.
Nice. Ed, you groaned.
I plead to entertainment. Stop with the superheroes. I'm done with the superheroes.
Oh, really?
I
All
was,
together?
I was sick of them 8 years ago, and they're still coming.
Really?
Just stop.
Wow.
Just stop
But you
it.
don't gotta watch it.
In
Just
any
don't watch
entertainment,
Any entertainment. I'm sick of them.
even comic books.
Wow.
I don't read comic books unless it's Richie Rich.
That's funny.
Richie Rich. Nice.
Oh my gosh. So you don't have an answer.
I'm good on superheroes.
Period.
He's
Isn't that a
good.
superhero you want showing up in a Lego game?
Nah, I don't care. Nah.
He's done.
I enjoy
He just-
the Batman Arkham games, but that's really more the gameplay and than
Yeah.
it is because it's a superhero.
Gotcha.
Ladies and
but,
gentlemen, Ed just rage quit all superheroes.
Yes,
I
he
did.
did. That's what rage
That's
quitting
his-
sounds like for Ed
That's the Eduardo rage quit right there.
Stop it with the superheroes.
Nah, done.
Christopher.
Bring on the superheroes. Keep them coming for 10 more years.
That's right. There it is.
I'm all good with it, man. It's dumb, stupid entertainment, and I enjoy it. Blow more stuff up.
That's definitely what's going to be happening for sure.
So
It's not going away.
what superhero needs a game, right, was the question?
Or just more attention
attention
in gaming.
The Tick.
There you go.
Oh, the Tick.
I don't even know what his superhero power is. I just know he's a thing people really like.
Nice.
And it was funny, right?
I guess. I don't know anything about the Tick. I just know he's not been represented a lot, at least not in video games.
Yeah. He's big and he's blue,
like-
right?
Yeah, he's
Right.
big, he's blue.
Chris is like the Tick agent. He needs to be more represented. Let's go.
You know what you need in your life? More of the Tick.
That's awesome.
That is really great. I should have had an answer to this question since I came up with the question.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But
Spider-Man?
no, Spider-Man's been very well represented. Oh man, dang it, Gabe. Why you come up with a question not having an answer?
Right?
Ed's thing caught me so off guard. I usually think during other people's answers, but Chris's was so fast and I interacted so much with Ed's answer, I wasn't thinking.
We gotcha.
Oof.
Remember that time when Gabe stumped himself?
Exactly.
I know, right?
I really, gosh, Gambit.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
actually a good
okay.
one. That was going to be,
That's a
I
good
actually was
one,
thinking
dude.
about that one too, Gambit.
I really like Gambit, and I feel like he hasn't been represented at all anywhere.
It's
Like
because they can't, it's hard to do him well.
because the
I think
special
that's
effect
why.
of him. You
Well,
think?
not just that, yeah, and just the nature of his character. I just think it's the reason, like in movies and even in video. I think he's been in a couple video games. In video games, he should be around
in
a
him.
lot.
I
Because
just feel like he hasn't been represented well.
yeah, no, he's just, I don't know, something about his character, they've just never got it right, which leads me to believe it's got to be a difficult thing to translate.
Yeah, but
outside of comics.
he needs an origin story. Something. I mean, like
Yeah.
he was so cool. Like in the X-Men cartoon growing up.
Yeah, he was great in the cartoon.
Oh my gosh, he was like, freaking smooth and French, right?
Yeah,
French accent.
What? Really?
Really?
Yes.
I did
throwing
not
these
know that.
cards that exploded.
Yes, throwing cards explode and had a bow staff.
Yeah, bow staff.
Like
What?
Gambit was a pimp.
Wow,
Golly.
I did not know that.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, go look up Gambit.
So
All right.
you can fight for the Tick. I'll fight for Gambit.
There you go.
Okay, that sounds good.
I've just got the weirdest picture in my head of this French guy throwing cards with a stick.
Dude, you
Like
gotta look
what?
up Gambit. Gambit is a pimp. I don't care what
Nice.
anybody says. He needs more representation in video games.
There you go.
You're welcome, developers who listen to this show, which is none of
That's
you
right.
guys.
Which is none.
But do a Gambit game. Gosh. Gambit.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Ed. He's a party pooper.
Yeah. Ed doesn't know.
Ed doesn't know. Well, let us know what superhero you guys think needs more attention in gaming representation. We'd love to hear because I think you guys are going to come up with some great answers
Yeah,
that we
I'm
didn't even
looking forward
think
to that.
of. Yeah, sorry, and we'll let Ed go at the end of the show next week. So he doesn't have to hear it.
I'll prepare my rebuttal.
That's right.
The angriest
You can
rant.
look at the answers early and just get ready.
There you go.
Oh man. Well, I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That's Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games and we about this thing. Bang!